frigate with her tattered sail full dressed. They signaled they had letters home, they asked if we could take. They dropped them in a barrel, they left bobbing in their wake. We reefed the sails and slowed the ship to fish the barrow out. The old ship sailed to the distance, then we saw her come about. The captain watched through his spyglass when we heard him catch his breath, and we saw the storm a-brewing had become a wall of death. Turn the ship around me, boys, turn around and run. That storm, it wants a battle, and it's sure that we're outgunned. But what of the ship that's out there? Do we leave her to the gale? She's called the Flying Dutchman, and it's rage that fills her sails. The thunder growled like demons, and the lightning stabbed the waves. And the Dutchman, she tacked towards us, riding fury from the grave. Our captain, he stayed at the wheel, the crew, they manned the lines. And still that ship and storm were quickly closing in behind. Turn the ship around me, boys, turn around and run. That storm, it wants a battle, and it's sure that we're outgunned. But what of the ship that's out there? Do we leave her to the gale? She's called the Flying Dutchman, and it's rage that fills her sails.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're having a wonderful night tonight. This is Focus Trip's disembodied voice, here to guide you through tonight's stream, as it were, because I am in Washington State. And unfortunately, in Washington State, I have no internet. So this is actually being run off of hotspot. So I might have enough internet to run the audio, but probably not enough to run video as well. But I am here, I am alive, as you can see, but I don't think that it will actually allow me to run all of that. So, how is everybody's night going tonight?
Yeah, I'm good. How's Washington?
Good so far. I got in at about 3 o'clock last night before putting the kids to bed, so haven't really done too much. It's about as hot here as it is in South Dakota, though.
Nice. It was boiling here today. Good times.
Yep.
Jake, how you doing tonight, buddy?
I am doing great. I just got done with a succulent Chinese dinner, and now I am here.
Hell yeah, nice. What's your go-to order?
I like chicken with broccoli. It's kind of my thing, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I make sure it's got brown
Pretty
sauce, not
standard.
that weird like white sauce some of them do.
Yeah, that's what my kids always get as well, because they're so simple. Yeah, I have barely enough internet. I have like 5 megabits up on my hotspot, so we'll see if we can actually get this done.
Well, if you need me to pull up some of the sources and stuff, just let me know.
Oh, we will. Well, so here we go. So we have a bunch of just random topics that are totally not related that I am going to manage to string together somehow. So we have black powder, beep powder, 12-gauge shotguns with a rotating cylinder and a top carry handle, which is actually kind of cool if it weren't so cringe. We have Palmetto State Armory furry posting. We have some of the greatest finds of ice of all time. We have finally Mr. Benjamin Song got booked into prison. He was one of the last guys evading police after the July 4th ICE shooting. He was a former Marine, got kicked out with a less than honorable discharge, and they finally got him. We have his booking photos plus some additional evidence. Also, Glow So Bright has done a really good video on that, which you guys should check out. Fieldcraft Survival basically calls it quits or admits defeat in a pretty decent video. And then Spiritus Systems is base posting by showing off their gear while people are putting their knees on illegal immigrants. And leftist Reddit is not super happy about it. So that is what is on the docket tonight.
Yeah, I've seen the Spiritus Systems that was based.
All right. Well, before we get into that, you guys were angry at us because I wasn't yet live. So Mr. Moonman for 5 says, preemptive call to post whatever furry porn this is in reference to. No, you will see it. It's not porn, fortunately, but they are, the jackal owners and furry owners are getting dangerously close together, let's say.
Furry
Thank
owners.
you for the 5, Moonman. Well, no, I don't know. They sold a lot. They sold a
Hey.
lot. There was a lot of shilling for that product.
I think there's
Yeah, there
always
was.
been some overlap there between jackals and furries.
Yeah. Also, the reason why I was so late today is I have a pair of wireless headphones that I was attempting to use. These are my wife's, and they just wouldn't hook up, even though they were working fine like 20 minutes ago. So I'm using airplane headsets, one of the, the really, really crappy ones that they give you. Does everything sound all right?
I think you sound excellent, John.
Yeah, I actually think it sounds better than usual, honestly.
Well, the mic is a lot closer, and it's directly in front of me, so... I'm also not going to be turning my head left and right the entire time because I only have the laptop screen directly in front of me.
So sometimes we get the feedback from your table whenever you touch your table or you set something down on your table. And for whatever reason, I haven't heard that yet at all.
Well, the mic is directly on the table with this mic stand. So you're going to hear that if I pick up my drink and set it down. Speaking of, pop this one open before we get started.
What are you sipping on tonight? What is the beverage? of choice for everyone?
Sour gummy worm rain. Where's the camera? There it is.
Were you doing it
Sour gummy
before
worm.
Lucas, or did you just follow suit?
I liked rains when they came out, so I think we started liking them at the same time. And it just, we have similar tastes in energy drinks.
Brandon, how are you doing tonight, buddy?
Good. Shalom, everyone.
Oh, hello. Oh, yes. Did you get your Elmo update as well?
Oh, which one?
Well, just somebody made a parody Elmo account with him wearing the little yarmulke, kissing the wall, and being like, "Hey, I know I've had some crazy takes the last few days, but after stern talking to, I've decided to embrace the Jewish people," and it's him kissing the wall, which I just thought was funny.
Oh, he probably had to talk with APAC.
Yeah. Moonman for another 5 says, "For every minute this man is late, I will name drop him in the manifesto like he's PewDiePie." Damn. Well, I was like 15 minutes late, so get to writing in that white paint pen, sir. Huge ass for 499 says, "Late and gay? Why not both?" Yes. It doesn't need to be an option with my audience. Trust me. Moonman for another 5 says, "Who do I have to bribe to stop the 5-finger death punch version of a Reddit sea shanty?" The sea shanties will continue until morale improves. So I don't know if those are ever going to go away. And Mitchell Black for $2 says, "AI focus trip?" No. It's really me. I'm actually here. I'm just in Western Washington. So for me, it's 6 o'clock. So this is way earlier than I would normally stream for me, but same time for everybody else. Thank you, Mitchell Black. Jamin for 2 says, "Grok Mecha Hitler?" No, Grok waifu. Yeah, Elon is a bit of a horny poster and a bit of a degenerate, so none of that surprises me whatsoever.
What?
Yeah. It could have been worse. Now we have Twitter-sponsored AI girlfriends. Fantastic.
You know what, though? I support Elon embracing his African roots.
Well, I mean, he's a very successful African king. Huge ass 499 says, "I just got done whacking it in my tool shed, and by it, let's just say my thumb." Probably not in your case, though. I'll tell you what. Tell you what. Thank you, huge ass. And Jamin back again for 5 says, "Can Spaz and I have a range day with you since you're in the Pacific Northwest?" I'll be here for 2 weeks. I did bring this is how nerdy I'm being. I did bring my competition setup, not to run any competitions, but just so that I could dry fire every day with the same setup while I'm here. So I brought everything in that big old case. And I might not even shoot it, but I brought it all here just to actually do the dry fire with it. But yeah, if people want to meet up while I'm here, I am down for that for the most part. And last one for now, Absolute Moonman for 2 says, "Shaking my head, off-brand Jesus covering up fauna." Excuse me. Dude, yeah, the Jesus memes. All right. Yeah, Brandon was having some problems the other day. Are you still here, man?
Yeah, can you all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you just fine. You sound good, but yeah, it was you were the last stream. I think you just dipped out at one point because your thing was cutting in and out.
I lost internet entirely. So I have star stink. So sometimes it's good, sometimes it's okay, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, if I randomly die, it's because my phone died or I ran out of hotspot. So I will call back in on my cell phone if I have to.
Could be a heart attack too. That happens sometimes.
Well, I'm far away from my normal AO, so I don't think the heart attack guns have made it here yet. Haven't tracked me down. I'm still in the middle of nowhere, just like I was in South Dakota, but now I'm just in Washington. All right, well, what do we have here? We have the Roto 12 chainsaw shotgun, no FFL required. Now, you might be like, what do you mean no FFL required, John? That's a shotgun. Nope, that is a black powder. That is 50 state legal. You can have that in California. And yes, it is semi-auto. Each action of the trigger pull does rotate the cylinder from what I'm reading properly. And so you get 8 12-gauge style shots. Cylinder-fed shotgun that accepts standard AR-15s, grips, stocks, and buffer tube. So again, because this is not a firearm, doesn't matter the length. You can put literally whatever you want on it. About 900, which actually isn't terribly expensive, but if you're a felon, this actually might be the best possible defense option for you. Now, you guys might not know AGC. Let me open this up for you. You guys might not know AGC, but I've actually done a review on one of their Diablos for the Gun.Deals channel because they sent one out. Let me see if I can find what I did a review on, which is a double-barreled hand cannon. You can see they make their newer stuff is a little wacko. This is the one. I think I did the 8-inch. This is the 11-inch, but I think my brother has it right now. But this is a double-barreled black powder 12-gauge shotgun that uses these specialized slugs. They're quick loaders. So you shove these guys down there with your powder beforehand, obviously, and then it's pretty simple. So they're quote-unquote fast load, and by fast, like a minute a shot, which is faster than other ones. Still not super fast, but you can't complain. If you're a felon or if you're trying to do black powder, it's about as convenient as it gets. And remember, YouTube, this is not a firearm. It might look scary, but it is not a firearm.
Whenever I look down the path of like felon compliant non-guns, it makes me terrified that someone has to live in that reality.
Oh, dude, have you seen the YouTube videos of felons going through their average loadouts?
Not recently. I did like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, so there was one that I was watching where he's like, yeah, I have 2 black powder rifles, single shot rifles, and then he has 1 6-shooter, right? And that's what he carries. It's like, so he has 2 like more accurate shots or more capable shots, and then something that can just be accessed quickly. I mean, if we're going to be singing sea shanties like the 1800s, we might as well be armed like that, I guess.
I mean, it's definitely a vibe. Like you're doing everything you can to still like maintain some semblance of like.
Mm-hmm. And this is strange too, because it is a quick detach cylinder, so technically you can have multiple 8-round drums just ready to go.
Next thing you know, the libs are going to try and ban the high capacity muzzleloader shotgun cylinders.
Bro. Yeah, banning high capacity black powder shotguns.
They say it's too close to the street sweeper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter though. It's black powder, so it's not even a firearm.
That's true. I did know a gentleman, kind of a side note. I knew a gentleman who was not a felon, was just down on his luck, didn't have money, and his concealed carry that he was, I believe, appendix carrying was a cap and ball revolver. And I just thought that was very funny.
I guess they're cheap. Actually, do they have a video on this? Can we watch this?
Discover compact power and precision with the Roto.
I think this is
AI.
Yeah,
That's 100% AI.
Discover compact power and precision with the Roto 12 CS chainsaw shotgun, specially designed for firearms enthusiasts and self-defense proponents.
Yeah, it even has a slot. It even has a slot for the primer in the back, which actually that's kind of sketchy because there's nothing holding that primer in place. So it better be tight.
12 gauge, 8-round cylinder fed shotgun offers rapid fire with its automatic cylinder rotation. Its short 10-inch barrel and Picatinny rail allow versatile accessory mounting. Compatible and customizable with AR-15 style grips and stocks, it ensures comfort and familiarity.
Pretty sure I'm going to see this man tonight in my dreams.
I just
Dreams
love
or
that
nightmares?
none of the rules apply to it. So you can have a 10-inch barrel with a stock on a
It doesn't
rotating
matter. Yeah,
cylinder
it's
shotgun.
like you can put a suppressor on it if you wanted to.
I think
I,
that might still be, I don't know.
No, no, they have black powder. I believe they're called moderators.
well, they do the same
They-
thing with air guns, right? They call them moderators, but they're literally just
Ah,
suppressors.
I feel like you could still get in
Interesting.
some trouble if it's not like attached to it, like permanently attached. They would probably argue, "Oh, this is a suppressor."
I've seen
The
some
hat even does it.
some very interesting things about felons talking about uh, converting some of their black powder cylinders to 9mm cylinders,
I have
and
seen that as well.
yeah,
Yeah. Well,
which is
another
a
thing about this
dangerous
is
line.
these cylinders are the barrel, right? Because that shroud is just a shroud at the end. It's not actually adding any velocity. No way.
I saw. Did they show the full cases that these load into? I saw a picture down there with the
So-
actual projectile.
Well, so
but is that the
these are the
actual?
projectiles and the plastic shroud, right? But then you drop your powder in behind this, and then you press this down in place, and then you put the primer at the back of the tube.
Okay, I
Some of
see. So
them-
you can't use regular shells.
Some of them even
No,
have
no.
powder grains that you just drop in.
Yeah. No, you have like with the white hot shots or whatever it is, so you can do a single, double, or triple, and that's what
Yeah.
I have video of it on. I can't show it here on the stream, but I have video of me and my brother shooting that one black powder, and that's exactly what we did.
Yeah, those are
With
pretty
AGC
convenient.
fast load slugs, reloading becomes swift and hassle-free. The California legal design boasts no FFL requirements, ensuring accessibility for everyone, offering a lightweight, maneuverable, and compact experience with optimal performance for home defense or recreational use. Pre-order now for early summer.
Yeah,
If
let's
it
go.
wasn't $1,000,
Well, I mean, listen, $1,000 for what this is actually not bad. That's still a lot of metal to have a rotating mechanism, quick swap barrels, or well, they are barrels, yeah. Dude, I want
love
somebody
the,
to I want somebody
the
to put a
airy-
mall on this.
I love
Oh,
the
God.
airy, upbeat music. It's just like do 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 do.
Oh yeah,
Rotating.
it's AI slop lo-fi plus AI video behind it because they couldn't afford to pay any retard to make a quick 60-second video on it. Are you crazy?
This is the Home Intruder Eliminator 10,000.
Yeah, and plus it's like they're felons. What else are they gonna do?
yeah, good point.
Sword.
Yeah, it's still a muzzle loader. D-ball, dude. I have a maul. I'm not gonna spend $1,000 on this, but I could put a maul and a Hydra mount riser on this, dude. That might be the most based setup ever.
Can I reach out to them and say
You
I'm
can.
John with Gun.Deals?
Yeah, you can. They'll send me one because they've already sent gun.deals this, so they actually would send me this. That's funny.
I'm gonna do it.
I think it's a crime
Just
to
because-
impersonate a master USPSA shooter.
Oh, it should be. Dude, it was funny. 3 of my friends made master at the exact same time. So I was like, dude, I'm gonna be the first one and brag about it. And nope, didn't happen. Oh well. C'est la vie. Red Right Hand says they will get hit with a destructive device under the non-sporting clause. Just wait. Interesting. But I mean, what about these? Are these sporting uses as well? I don't know. Maybe you could argue that.
What was that one at the top of the folding?
Well, so it's just an AR chassis for it, right? So it's the same thing, but with a AR grip and handguard on it. That's literally it.
Okay.
So I mean, that's still interesting though, because that's like a shorty double-barreled 12 gauge.
Yeah, well,
With
I mean, if the chassis thing is only $100,
yeah, I mean, it's just plastic garbage, so it doesn't surprise me. I mean, these are incredibly simple firearms, incredibly simple.
not firearms.
Well, whatever they are, bro. Dude, you could undermount it. Oh, dude, that's well, okay.
That
So
is
the
really cool.
Bear
So-
Creek.
So the fact that they decided, to use a Bear Creek Arsenal upper for their prototype or for their product photo, that
And-
says a lot.
It looks like it's just connected via Bluetooth.
It's connected via a double pick adapter. Although, to be fair, black powder, unless you load it stupid hot, not a lot of recoil, guys. It's not that powerful. So, I mean, it's like a single shot or even a double shot is like a hot 45 ACP. It's not that powerful. So,
I need
this
you
is
to
just
clone
dumb.
that. I need you to clone that build.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but yeah, it is funny. They are wacky, that's for sure. So I don't know if my audience is going to be running out there to get this.
I still
feel
think the
like-
video would do good.
Alternatively, I feel like you could also make something like this yourself pretty simply. Like this is the category of thing that you could easily spend a couple hours in a Home Depot, and maybe not the rotating cylinder one, but
Well, the
they're
thing that
very
I like
simple
about the
things.
rotating cylinder is that it is semi-automatic. So like a master key, you have to charge each one, right? But with this, you just keep pulling the trigger, and it keeps
And
rotating the cylinder.
Unlike the original street sweeper, you have a swappable cylinder, so you can actually
So you can just go
swap
8 rounds,
through.
8 rounds, 8 rounds. Now carrying those around in your pack somewhere, like good luck, bro. You'd have to use
just
like a
get the-
D60 pouch.
Yep, I was gonna say get the double D60 pouch that goes on your chest and just make it look like 2 big lady lumps.
And you could also, it doubles as a smoke screen too.
That's
That
true,
too,
yeah.
bro. Flashbang and door kicker.
I wonder if you could actually get smoke. Ooh, is that possible? Get smoke rounds for 12 gauge that are. into
Well,
that.
so what you would do is you would actually just pack the powder in the bottom, just like the worst powder imaginable, with like a very light stopper on top, and so when it ignites, it just is a gigantic plume of smoke, and that's it.
Oh no, I mean like actually firing little smoke grenades.
No, they're not. You don't have enough room.
Could you theoretically make this fully automatic and it wouldn't be illegal? Because
How would
it's
you
a
make
black
how would you
powder.
make it? How would you make it fully automatic? It'd have to be like a Gatling gun.
Hook a drill up
I
to it.
mean, yeah, I'm just saying, like,
I
technically,
mean, technically, there's ways to do it, sure, but it's still one shot per tube. So your mag capacity is the tube.
We're gonna speed
So
run.
I don't know how useful that is.
Gonna speed run, getting the door kicked in.
Yeah, I
reminds me
mean,
of
we're just
it's like the Metro belt fed shotgun that's full automatic. It gives me those vibes.
It's almost really cool. I'll say that. It's if it wasn't like held back behind the fact that it's obviously black powder and kind of a pain to load. It definitely looks cool. Like it's a vibe.
for the
underbarrel
meme.
stuff
It's not
looks nice.
terrible. Yes,
No.
it's a meme though. Somebody asked what CQB asked. What's the point of this? There is no point, good sir. It's just cool
To sell non-guns to felons at kind of high prices.
Yeah. Or people who are into black powder can be like,
Boomers.
listen, look at this thing. It's so cool. I got 8 rounds.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I wonder what
boomers.
Hot Cocoa would think about it. He'd probably, he did the Wendy's 4 for $4 with a black powder 50 cal.
Yeah,
So probably get a much better time now.
Huge ass for $4.99 says Elon corny posting. He really is embracing the Indian culture. Yeah, he is the blackest Indian I've ever met. Thank you, huge ass.
Yeah, they do be kinda
Andrew
dark.
Vachon for $50. I gotta find one of these.
Yeah. Damn.
Oh, that's the wrong one. For $50, for $50 says not going to be able to stick around. Been up the last 34 hours. Wow, bro, you had a worse time than I did, and I had multiple flights with 3 kids yesterday. And it's my birthday tomorrow. Well, happy birthday to you, good sir. Hey, you know what? It's actually
Andrew.
it's my dad's birthday tomorrow. So
Yo,
I'll be celebrating yours and my dad's birthday tomorrow. And I'm here in Washington with him right now. So that's fun. Have a fun, everyone, and God bless. Well, God bless you too, Andrew. I hope you're having a great day.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Andrew is so generous that he's sending other people gifts on his own birthday. Unbelievable.
Andrew is the most wholesome guy of this entire stream.
Yeah.
He really is. Like in person, he is just a joy to talk to. He really is.
Absolute Moonman for 10 says, I remember people trying to argue with me that I could sell teenagers those Colt 1851 replicas when I worked at Cabela's. Like my Siga in it's not a gun. Yeah, I mean it's not a firearm. So I mean maybe there's a local law that says you can't do it, but it's not a firearm. So
There could be.
I think it's
It's
just
funny.
a fundamental misunderstanding of the black powder market versus the
Yeah.
firearm market.
Well, because I mean, there's places that have like butterfly knives banned, right? Or the switchblade, whatever they're called. But so I mean, there could be a
Balisong.
local law not to have them, not be able to sell them to kids or something,
I
possibly.
know
Yeah,
of
city ordinance.
at my local like gun stores, or not even gun stores, like sporting goods stores, they have all those black powder rifles that are in like a blister pack, and they sit right next to the airsoft guns and the air rifles.
Yeah,
It's kind of funny.
I think it's. I know that like Cabela's and a couple other ones, they have a store policy that states that they're not allowed to sell those to anybody under 18. But as
Right.
far
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
the
Store
laws-
policy makes a lot of sense too. Moonman Pretend, thank you very much, sir. Greatly appreciated. Hope you're having a good night as well. Gimini Flickens becomes a new member. Awesome. Fantastic. Enjoy that. If you're on the Discord, you should message Richard to get into the VIP area. Art
Indeed.
Vandalay for $5 says, always remember the 3 chains: chain gangs, chainsaw shotguns, and chain fire. That's right.
I only remember 2 chains, sir.
Yeah, that's like the third rule or the third truth or something. We have the 2 chains and the third truth. Thank you for that, sir. Chuck McGill for $5 says, can't wait for the chain fire on this one. Also, my homies and I call the Diablo line the smooth offinator. And that's
God.
funny. Smooth offinator. Yeah. Keep one tucked at all times. Sig for $2 says, run on sounds like what Trench should sound like. That's funny. Trench without the
know.
lisp.
I don't know if that's a compliment or not, but I'll take it as one.
I like
That's
to
'cause
wear
he-
one around my neck because I'm gay.
Oh, yeah. Take that however you like. Thank you, Sig.
Trench is pretty jacked, though. I will say I wouldn't want to get into a tussle with him.
That's good.
Well,
Trick.
it's that extra chromosome.
Brother. Art Vandalay for 2 says, felon carry. Nah, that's Jack Sparrow, matey. True. Yeah, we're just we're straight up pirate posting over here.
I might have to get one for Halloween now, just because.
Maybe I'll have to dig up my brother since I'm here. I'll go to his house and bring it out so I can show it off on stream. Gimini Flickens for 2 says, creepy AI grandpa. Yeah, that's that grandpa's coming to visit you at night, and there's nothing you can do about it. Just those dead eyes staring at you while he's monologuing. Mitchell Black for 2 says, does it come with the Daniel Defense iron sights? No, that's not in that shooting package. You have to get the top fed package for that one. So that's a little bit higher pay grade. Thank you, Mitchell Black, for $2. Yeah, that's funny. A mass shooting with that black powder rifle just so that they can be like, oh, we have to ban these high capacity black powder rifles in our communities.
Well, you know the one that happened in the church. The guy had a single double barrel. Oh, what the hell? The guy had a single double barrel shotgun, fired both barrels, and hit like 4 people, and it was counted as a mass shooting.
Well, if you look at the way that they categorize mass shooting, it's like sometimes it's more than 4 people get hit or more than 3 people get hit. So it's like
And
there are
they
mass
used
casual
to-
mass shootings every day in Chicago, and it's like somebody tripped on during a drive-by and got injured. I don't know if that counts.
That
School
they do have
shootings.
that.
School
They
shootings
do
are
include injuries as well, and
Well,
there for a while they were even including the shooter in the total. So if 3
Correct.
people got
No,
injured,
I understand. But
was
yeah, with the
wild.
school shootings as well, it's like, oh, it happened across the
Suicides.
street from a school, or suicides, or in the parking lot, or it's like they'll expand that to mean just about anything, to the point where it doesn't, like, the statistic just is nothing.
It shows
theory.
you that how small the actual incidence cases of those types of things are, compared to the inflated statistics that are put forward when people argue for gun control.
There's some theory crafting for you.
Bro.
What if a woman who's pregnant with twins gets shot in the leg? Does that count as a mass shooting?
Technically,
Depends on.
There
I
you
mean,
go.
it counts as triple attempted murder. So
So it's a mass shooting.
they
The
actually
rest of my
might.
case.
They actually might. Mitchell Black for 2 says big cock arsenal. Well, big cocked
They
up
should-
arsenal probably.
I'm
Man, do it with
definitely
a rooster
clipping that.
icon, and that's a seller right there.
That's actually my profile picture on the Discord.
It's funny. Logan sucks at shooting for 5 says now the race is to see who can get to GM first. Logan, I'm pretty sure it's going to be you. You are, I think Logan's at like 95% for his last 3, and I'm at like 92% for my last 3. So as long as Logan doesn't do anything too tarded for his next few classifiers, he should actually be able to make it. And I think I'm going to do something tarded soon. So because I've had a good run, so now it's time for me to do something tarded and mess up my classification score. So I think Logan will hit it.
What's usually the average time that?
Oh, you cut out again. But if your
Which is
question
awesome,
was,
man.
what is the average time for somebody to make GM? Most people, the answer is never. Like there are people who have been shooting actively for decades and still can't hit it. I am coming out with a spicy video called Masters Suck at Shooting, because I suck at shooting and I made it to master. And I feel like a lot of these guys who've been shooting for decades and are still like struggling in B's and A's and whatnot, I'm like, you must just not be dedicating yourself at all to the sport you're trying to be good at, because it's
Well,
not that difficult. Like it's not
Logan
that difficult.
says in his own words that he sucks at shooting, and he is a master. So therefore,
Well, I mean, he's
you are
very good.
vindicated. I know he's amazing shooter.
He's very, very good shooter, very consistent. I am not consistent. My highs are pretty good, but I'm not consistent at all. So I just need more work on the generic fundamentals. Huge Ass has an important question for $20. Says if you got by black powder, does that technically mean you got blacked?
Probably.
Yeah, on a technicality, probably if you get smoked by black powder, no pun intended, you can call that blacked. Ugh, thank you for that. Mitchell Black for 2 says, bad news. Andrew is your dad now. Look at me. I am a dad now.
That's good news, honestly. Andrew would be a great dad.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't complain. Although I have a fantastic dad as well, so you two can fight it out. Trench's twin sister for 10 says, extra chromosomes are overrated. I'm sorry, Miss Trench. I don't know if you're married. Hope you're doing well, though. Sorry about that. Ignore the chat if you would. Noob Actual for 5 says gang shooting in Memphis a year ago, 1 block from school, labeled a school shooting by local news. Yeah, it's anything in the vicinity towards parking lot, suicides, anything is. Did I skip the second half of the super chat? Am I retarded? Did I really? Can anybody else hear me? Okay.
I'm kind of retarded.
Dang it.
Yeah, we can hear you. I don't know if you
Okay.
skipped it.
Am I just retarded? Which one did I skip? I'm scrolling back. I'm not on my computer, so I'm literally scrolling back. Oh wait, yeah, no. I Logan says, GM, if I do well enough, I could theoretically make GM by the end of August or the beginning of August. Yeah. Logan only is 3 classifiers away from GM. So he just actually has to, again, not be tarded for 3 classifiers, and he's got it. So but easier said than done. Yeah, I got it. Sorry about that, Logan. I got sidetracked into talking about something else while reading your super chat and forgot. Speaking about getting sidetracked, I see we have at least one furry on the panel. So what about your new PSA Jackal merch with your little furry guy on there? I don't know. I feel like this does fit with Jackal owners, though. I can't make it any bigger. Gosh dang it. That's what she said.
Is it supposed to be a jackal?
Well, so it has their Jackal logo on the front, and then it is Jackal holding a Jackalception on the front with a really terrible 3:9 scope on it. For some reason, that's what they decided to go with for their setup.
Anthropomorphizing jackals. It's crazy.
This is actually one of the images that was sent to Lucas's wife, and the Botkin family did not respond appropriately, and as you can see why. Number one, I'm insulted that you sent me a picture of a jackal in general. I find that disgusting, depraved, terrifying. I mean, I'm literally shaking right now.
I'm sorry. I'll fire myself.
Yeah, how dare you? How dare you do that? Oh, did I leave?
No, you're good.
Okay, I saw somebody dropped out.
That was me. I fired myself.
Well, I mean, actually, our Jackal experience was about the same. Their Jackal fell apart. My Jackal fell apart. It's all good. I don't know. I think this is just another one of those cringe marketing tactics. It's like you only have so many options. Okay, if you're in the tactical space, you have skulls, skeletons, thoughts, animals with night vision attached, or animals holding your rifle. I think those are like literally the only things you're allowed to do in GunTube marketing. That's it.
We need to break the mold and start using people with Down syndrome in your advertisements.
You're so real for that, dude. And now, speaking of that, my wife made me a T-shirt that has all three of those things. It's a duck holding, or a goose holding a ACR with a night vision tubes on it. She just made me this design and shirt just for me, and it says "silly goose" on it. So I thought that was cute.
But that's very
That's
nice.
Yeah, that was what TSA loves it when I walk through with that on.
Yeah, I'm glad PSA is trying to unironically make themselves look awful with this, because this is pretty, the jackal and the wolf stuff. It's pretty like spot on for how people meme about,
Inside you, there are two wolves.
Yeah.
They're both retarded.
I'm sure it's going to be very popular in the furry markets. Maybe that's what they're going for.
Inside you are two wolves. You are a furry.
I can think of a couple people in our in the Discord that would
Yeah.
love to have this shirt.
Throw me to the wolves and I'll come back pregnant or something like that. I forget how the saying goes.
I have a really good idea. Could this be a prize for one of the monthly shooting competitions?
It's a curse,
that would
dude.
that would mean I would have to buy it though. That's the thing. It
We
would be
could
funny though.
crowdfund it. We could crowdfund it.
It would be kind of funny. The gravy seal shirt, true. Yeah, and as Bulge Deep in Vagina says, Punisher skulls. I did forget the other marketing vector that is open to gun companies. Yes, Punisher skulls. Although those have been phased out. They're no longer cool, bro.
I like.
But thank
the
you for your 4 months of
Punisher
membership.
Skull just for the ARFCOM shirts, because they took the Punisher skull and made it the bolt face of the AR-15.
Mm.
So you could wear the Punisher skull shirt and people would think it was Punisher, but it's really just the AR bolt face, which subtle marketing.
That would actually be very funny. So you win this shirt as a prize, and then I intentionally send you the wrong size. That would be funny.
That's actually what happened with the ARFCOM. I won the shirt and they sent me the wrong size.
And then I'm just gonna say, oh, sorry, that's our quality control right there.
What would be
Mislabeled.
funnier? 2 sizes too large or 2 sizes too small?
2 sizes too large, so it looks like they're swimming in it.
No, I feel like smaller, so it doesn't even fit. Makes it funnier.
No. Make it look like they stole it from their dad.
Yeah.
Oh, that's even
Punisher
better.
Oh yeah, dude. This is just funny side to tangent. Brian says in the comics they actually got rid of the skull because of IRL cops wearing his patch. Yeah, they wanted to distance their image from cops or whatnot, and so they dropped the Punisher skull from the comics because they didn't want to be associated with police officers or people online. It's like imagine dropping the S from Superman because people liked it online or something. It's like, okay, you're just tired,
man.
What if they added an extra S to Superman?
Ooh, maybe if we're talking, we have
Maybe
the
that's-
syndrome, which is always
Maybe
funny.
that's
I
the
love that
Superman
name.
we actually need.
A jackal semen flavored gun. Mums against violence. I don't even know what you're saying there, bro. But Chudvayne is funny. If you're familiar with Mudvayne, Chudvayne is very funny. It's a great name.
Very good.
Speaking of why that man had a green name, is because Pat at Safely Strapped gave 5 focus trip membership, which is extremely base. Thank you for that, sir. And if you got a free membership from Mr. Pat, go ahead and say thanks, because that's pretty cool. Thanks, Pat. Appreciate it, man. Absolute Moonman for 2 says Rule 34 for PSA soon. PSA, they delved into the meme lowers. They're now having animal named guns, and then they're selling animal named art. So it is it's in the pipeline for sure. You can see the path.
I
Pat,
did
you
see
should be good to go,
somebody.
bud.
I did see somebody in the chat saying, "Do not search Rule 34 T-Rex arms." So I'm gonna take his word for that. I don't.
Bro, I agree with that 100%. You're gonna find much more than 3 images, I am sure.
Now I want to know what it means on Urban Dictionary.
You don't know what Rule 34 is?
On Urban Dictionary?
It's just I mean, there's one Rule 34 on the internet.
I wouldn't worry about it. Mitchell Black for 2 says if they don't have a 6XL, it's literally widowy, unwebbable.
Yeah, I think anything like smaller than a 2XL is, or I'm sorry, larger than like a 2XL and up is going to be perpetually sold out on these.
Nope, don't do it. Mitchell Black for $2 says, I bought the PSA Stizon. Lord help me. Oh no, you bought the Stizon? Bro, it's just whatever AKV that they had with the magazine adapter. That's literally all it is, bro. I don't know why you did that to yourself. Listen, it looks cool, okay? Which is the same argument that I get with the Jackal. It looks cool though, bro. It looks like a Scar, but it's 1/3 the price. It looks like an ACR, but you can actually buy it. If it looks cool to you, that's fine, but it's just an AKV. It's a way to sell more AKVs and make it look cooler. That's it. Although with an FRT, it might be kind of cool because you get like a 90-round drum or something like that.
Yep. And Devil's Advocate, even without an FRT, you can get one of those short stroke buffer kits that basically helps you bump fire with those really, really easily. So,
what do people put like the ALG triggers in there or something?
Yeah, they put a better trigger in there, and then the short stroke buffer kit, which I think actually puts an additional piece of rubber buffer material in there.
Well, so Icon says, just saw Reddit, a dude's brand new Saber ARV lower cracked after 9 mags. That is operating tolerances, sir. That is within spec. Wouldn't worry about it.
Don't worry, it's got a lifetime warranty.
I was just gonna say about that warranty, bro.
This dude sounds like a PSA hater.
Yeah, just a hater, bro. Before we get to this next, which is even cringier if it's possible, Meliz Demeanor for $5 says, my contribution to the PSA Furry Shirt Fund. Only condition is Focus has to do an unboxing vid of it. I will, if we actually do this, I will put it in a real video of mine, and I will unbox it in that video while saying many strange words combined together.
Well, I wasn't going to say anything, but there may already be one heading to your house.
Oh, damn. Come on, man. Bruh.
Yes.
Huge ass for 5 says the Jackal is fine product. I haven't sold mine off yet. Bro, I recorded my video on it. I finally have done it. And it was at like 4 o'clock in the morning 2 days ago because I was prepping to leave. So I had to just finish all the talking portions so that I could put it on the laptop so I can edit it while I'm here. And as it got later and later into the night, I got angrier and angrier. So that video is going to be a little spicy. But yeah, that video's out. So sell it quick, homie.
Hopefully Gun Deals doesn't want that one either.
Well, no, it's not going on their channel. It's going on mine, bro. Mitchell Black for 5 says, Richard, you sweet summer child, stay blissfully ignorant. Yeah, less is more. Less is more in this case. You don't want to know. You don't need to know. Speaking of not needing to know, Trench's twin sister. Thank you, Pat, for the membership and the pic you sent my DM of what seems to be a Frank and Beans, but smaller. Nice. Hey, you can't, bro. I'm pretty sure that's a hate crime to send that to a tard. Don't do that.
Or is it a love crime?
Yeah, Your Honor, this can't be a hate crime because I loved doing it. Speaking of love doing things, ICE picked up some firearms, I guess you could say, some relatively interesting things. Let me see. Can I blow this image up a little bit for you guys? Perfect.
Like
all right, so ICE.
On the left.
No, I don't know what that is, but ICE says a Homeland Security investigation special agents in El Paso arrested Mexican national. Ooh, okay, and seized these firearms July 3rd with the help from our federal partners. Maybe this is what was the reason for the July 4th shooting, was they confiscated all of these amazing firearms. So let's start. The most obvious one that's just a cringe fest is the one on the left. Whatever the heck is going on with this skeletonized lower and grip and buffer tube with an upper with, of course, no sights on it.
And the
Call
trigger
that-
guard too.
You call that
Dude,
an
everything.
asthmatic AR because if it gets any dust in it, it seizes up.
I bet it's lightweight. I'll give him that.
I think that is an F1. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, it's interesting, but the more you look at it, the more you're like, well, what are all these things? So the pistol, the one on the bottom here, this looks to be one of the LFA 2011s, it's one of the Fusion firearms. Whichever one it is, that's like not a terrible handgun for like $1,000. We have a P320 on the bottom, another P320 frame, Amazon special red dot. We have a what's this, XTAR EP9?
Yes.
AR9 right here because it's 9mm plus the crappy upper. We have a Draco without anything on it, of course. We have what is this? A Scorpion, one of the Gen 2 ones with nothing. It still has the factory iron sights on it, so that's nice at least. We have a 365, an XDM, and whatever that one there.
It's
on
an
the left is.
FN of some type.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I believe
Yeah, and then we
so.
have one AR with a buffer tube on it, Keymod handguard, and I don't know what that logo is, but if I had to pick one of them, it would be this one.
I think the one on the top left is another P320, is it not? Look at the takedown.
I can't see. It
the
might
trigger
be.
guard looks like an FN.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, I mean, take your bets. It's crappy, whatever it is. I mean, it's in good company. But this is what our how much is our ICE budget up again? Isn't it bigger than Canada's entire military budget at this point?
Well, that's not difficult.
Yeah, but I mean, this is more importantly than the guns that they're taking off the streets is the people that they're taking off the streets. So this is actually Spiritus Systems. We're kind of flexing a little bit, saying the work is being done, whether you're thankful for it or not. And then they post, their ICE agents in their gear, putting their knees on the ICE or the illegal immigrants on the bottom. Pretty based, as you would say. Oh, him on ice. That's good.
Breathe.
No. It'd be in a Mexican accent. What does that sound like?
Hey, Holmes.
Yo, if I can't breathe, homie.
Hey,
Something like
I
that.
can't breathe, man.
It is unironically based. It's kind of a boomer post at the same time. I feel like that's a caption that your boomer uncle would post on Facebook.
I hope this was after ICE decided to change over from the P320. That's
right out his head, actually. You know what that is? That is a ND waiting to happen. That might even should happen. Can I look at this image up
Then
close?
they could sue SIG. They'd be like, "You killed our illegal immigrant we were arresting."
Yeah, you might be able to.
Yeah, ICE sues SIG for the death of this guy.
You owe us
That's
one
funny.
illegal.
Stop it. I want to just fine.
Enhance.
I think there was a movie that sued the people who killed the workers, and it was all about money. Something list. I don't remember.
No, I think you're talking about the Rust set, bro.
Oh, yeah, different.
Dude, didn't that movie come out?
It did.
Has anyone? Dude, I kind of want to see it just for the memes now.
I
Probably sucks.
Jorge Floyd.
I think Jorge Floyd. No, I'm pretty sure that's a Glock aimed at his head, so he is currently safe.
Does it have a magwell on it?
Yeah, it looks like a magwell and one of the +2, +3 grip extensions on it. So this guy's kitted out. He's got it going on, man. Although, I mean, he could always, if anything ever does happen, just blame the holster. I did learn that from SIG. Just blame the holster. It's not your fault, bro.
It's wild that they were like, we're gonna blame Safari Land holsters, which have been fine for pretty much forever.
Which is like every Glock right now sitting in a Safari Land holster and never had an issue, and they're like, oh, okay. But this got shared onto r/liberal gun owners, and you can imagine that they were not so happy with Mr. Systems. A post deleted after they're ratioed as deleting comments and other posts if there's about the topic. No idea if that is true or not. So Nate of Spiritus is claiming in the comments that this was the arrest of a pedophile. So, I mean, they're upset they are actually upset about ICE detaining a illegal pedophile. Yet I repeat myself. Let's see. Oh, well, this is actually true. It's funny but true. I know where they could find another pedo. Lives in the White House, old and out of shape, so he shouldn't be very difficult to apprehend. That's, sad but true. Funny.
Could be true. I don't know what you're talking about, John.
So
Nobody knows what
Republican.
he's talking about. It doesn't exist. What are you talking about?
Every
Nothing
accusation
ever
is an
happened.
admission. All right, bro.
Yeah, you get. I'm sure. I don't know if there are parodies or if these are genuine posts, but I've been seeing people resharing posts. They're like, well, what if the Epstein list does come out and it's all these world leaders and then there's revolts everywhere? That destabilizes everything. That'd be worse than just like leaving it the way it is. It's like, who are you carrying water for, bro?
Yeah, I mean, thanks for the heads up. I almost bought something from them. These people are just cringe. Yeah, this guy here, I shamelessly buy the Crydex knockoffs of all their stuff that seems useful. 9 out of 10. It's the same level of quality. That's cope. Plus $60 for a single mag pouch or a harness is outrageous. I mean, yeah, American Nylon is relatively inflated in terms of price. It's actually one of the few high margin products out there. And yeah, you can see that they are advocating for buying from China, which I'm sure has never committed to other people. So I mean, yeah, that's a funny dichotomy. I'm not going to support Spiritus because they detain illegal immigrants. I'm going to give my money to China because they, have camps for people to concentrate in or something. I don't know. If it was supposed to make sense, I wouldn't be here. As if the libs would buy that quality of gear. Also true.
Yeah, they act like they would have actually bought that. They don't have enough money to buy that, dude. They're on
Yeah, it's like
food
if you're already complaining about the price and that you're going to buy what's the thing, Crydex, and you were always just going to buy the Crydex. Oh, dude. Yes, I did see that. So Stephen King, a well-known hater of Donald Trump for like the last decade or more, honestly, has never said a nice word about him, and then decides to defend him on the Epstein list.
Really?
Yeah, he quote tweeted it and was like, "Guys, come on! I know the Epstein list is real, just like the Tooth Fairy and like Santa Claus or something like that." So
wonder who's on
he's
the
like,
list.
I was gonna say,
yeah, it's like, well,
he's probably on the
Stephen
list.
King is 1000% on the list, and that's what happened in the comments. As soon as he posted that, everybody was like, "Oh, so you're on the list?" Like, yeah, don't do that. Don't do that, bro.
Yeah, Stephen King's right there on the list, right next to Stephen Hawking.
This dude, the fact that that's not a fake story, that's real. Man was getting action in his robot voice. Does somebody have a really good robot voice impersonation? I want you to do sexy talk while doing a robot voice impersonation.
Yes,
Let
I
me see
like-
your ass, baby.
Yes, I like the way
I
you do
really
that to
wanna
me.
see it.
That's really good.
Please
dude,
don't stop.
Do we have the
Let me see your ass, darling. I really want to see it.
You see your
did you
ass.
guys hear the whole thing, or did that only
Wired it.
okay, yeah.
See
Yeah.
Did you guys actually hear the specifics of the Hawking story? Like
Yes.
the details of it?
I don't think I have. So
I
are
have
you going
not.
to illuminate us? What?
Yes, I will fill you in. So he supposedly liked to have petite women stand in lingerie on and write on chalkboards to solve complex math equations in their
I thought
lingerie.
I
Like that,
heard
Bro,
that it
that's-
wasn't
That's
petite women.
that's just the computer talking through him at that
Well,
point.
I say petite women, but it was he was yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was as they call them dwarves. I thought he was into
Oh,
little
was he
people.
really?
Yeah, it was
no. Dude, that should be the title of an episode: Midgets and Math Problems.
Randy says
Oh,
it's
that's
fake.
funny.
Honestly, Randy, I don't care if it's fake. We're having fun.
Rich is, it's
How do
funny
you know,
though.
Randy?
It's
How-
funny
what-
though, Randy.
how would
Whether
you
it's true or
know?
not, it's funny.
Randy's on the list.
Yeah, maybe Randy's on the list too.
Randy's on the list.
That's crazy.
Oh, that's funny. Oh yeah. Todd and Dogs for Two says not as spicy as a pack of cigas graping you. Being graped with a P320. I mean, I think we have a specific clip where somebody actually did get assaulted by his P320.
Testicular torsion!
Dude, just the sound.
The
Nah,
audio
that
gets
made
me
me-
every
that-
time.
That made me have like a cold shiver.
Yeah, and
Ugh.
that's what happened. He's 50% less testicles at this point.
it
Chud,
could be
Chud
33%.
McGill. There we go, dude. We're a Chud chat now. Chud McGill 69 for $2 says this post shows that the fascist will win the Sea War. No, I think actually it's quite the opposite. I really, really am terrified of these leftists packing up with Krydex and SKSs. I think it's such a overwhelmingly positive plan that they need to continue to arm themselves in this way. I'm terrified, literally shaking right now.
Experience the evolution.
That's one of my favorite memes.
Good. Motto did so good with that. DM Louise for 2 says $1 million idea, bulletproof 320 holsters. Bro, that's the meme that is real. It's just one of those hands, but for 320.
Did you see the thoughtful and nuanced take from Ian about the holster?
Did he make a video on that?
Yeah. You remember the Makarov Spetsnaz holsters where you could carry condition 3 and push through to chamber around?
To chamber around. Yep.
Yeah. He's talking about making one for the 320 now.
Oh,
Isn't
what?
that just admitting
he
that there's an
admitting?
issue?
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't that just admitting that, like, maybe, I don't know, you were wrong about something, you dweeb?
Well,
And now, well, actually, it's funny is if you're gonna profit off of the solution, you faggot, you should have at least admit there's a problem.
no, he
Jeez.
did it very memey. Like it was funny. I'll have to find the video for you.
Bro, I'm laughing. Huge ass for $10 says white people don't season the air. True. Don't season the air. Bro, that's India right now, dude. Rough. If you look at some of the air quality and water quality and street quality and food quality and people quality, dude, lowest on the planet. Mitchell Black for 2 says white people don't wash the air. True, we don't wash our air before we drink it or we eat it. That's funny. Thank you, Mitchell Black. Melissa Demeanor for 5 says, Dad, have you heard anything about T-Rex layoff rumors? And at Huge Ass, yes, white people season the air when the female officers see herself squatties. That happens. Squatties, dude. Kill me. Yeah, so allegedly, T-Rex arm sales have dropped 35 to 45%, and they are in the red as of right now. That means that layoffs are coming. That is the inside information I was given. So T-Rex arms, they're not having a great time.
But why? Why would that ever happen? What did they do wrong?
Something about losing faith with the community and not accepting responsibility and attempting to move on without fixing anything and not paying back the owner of the company when you have a contract to pay him back and your time's running out. You have like 10 days left before you get sued. It's just, they're on a time crunch. They need to actually pay off Lucas. They need to do something to accept responsibility or sell it back to him or something. They've got like 10 days, bro. So something wild is going to happen in the next 10 days. Either they are going to pay off Lucas, but I don't think that's going to happen, which means Lucas is going to sue them, or they're going to give the company back to Lucas, which would also be wild.
It would be like the best timeline if they did not have the money to buy him out, so they had to give their controlling share of the company to him.
Well, so that makes it complicated because if they can't buy him out, then he is supposed to buy them out or they get sued. But on the flip side, does Lucas have the money to buy all of them out? I think he does because he offered it to them. So It's complicated.
They could settle outside too. That
Yeah,
might be
yeah.
what happening.
They probably should. Huge ass for $20 says libs spend all their money on Funko Pops, corn, and weed. They're too broke and their brain receptors are too fried to do anything worthwhile. Yeah, every time you read an article by one of these guys and they're like, "Oh, I'm just so depressed and sad and there's no joy in my life and I just have all these XYZ mental health issues and all these pharmaceutical companies, they charge me so much money for all these things that I need and I'm chronically sick, my body doesn't work, I'm 75 pounds overweight." It's like, yeah, I mean, you're not a threat. You're a product.
The common thread that I've noticed with people like that is they deny Christ as Lord, and they have no purpose in life.
Many
But
such
maybe
cases.
that's just what I see. I don't know.
It's a lot of atheists.
Can someone please explain to my geriatric ass what Funko Pops are?
You know
We
Waste
those,
of
don't
money.
wanna know.
they're not bobbleheads, but they're big heads, and then they make them of every Marvel character under the sun or any popular character under the sun. So you
Oh,
buy them to collect them. That's what a Funko Pop is, and they're expensive. They're like $30-$40
I
a piece or
know what
something.
And-
like.
And they're advertised
people-
as collectibles, and
Yeah,
they are
people
this
own hundreds of
generation's-
them.
this generation's version of Beanie Babies. No one is going to want them in 20 and 30 years.
Here's the thing. So I had Beanie Babies as a kid, and they were all like unique. Funko Pops are all the same.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, they are
Beanie
all the
Babies
same.
used to come in freaking Happy Meals for $1.99.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Very true. That's
is-
also where you
But
get.
these people who hoard them are buying them in their mind as investments, right?
No, they're just
But
retarded.
really they're
just
toys.
consumers. Bro.
Really,
These guys are
Yeah.
the metaphorical cogs in the machine. Buy product, get excited for next product. In this case, it's Funko Pops. It's like,
Well,
did you see the new
that's how they
XYZ
justify it.
Funko Pop? It's so cool and limited edition. Give them $50.
Yeah.
That's where they get
Yes.
the phrase Gunko Pop. If you've heard that one bouncing around the server.
Yeah, that's
kind
been
of-
pretty popular.
Yeah.
You're buying
Yeah.
Funko Pop,
Pops.
does that have to do with the jars and something else?
No,
Is that-
no, it just has to do with people
Or
buying
fire-
guns like Funko Pops.
Oh,
Same
okay. I see.
mentality.
I was thinking something else there. So
Like
okay, my
buying
mind went
a,
somewhere else.
Like buying a PSA Stizon. That's a Gunko Pop.
That is a Gunko Pop. Real. Sorry to call you out like that, bro. Loops the cat for two says, speaking of odd things, says Grok's new waifu will talk naughty if you ask. I have seen people posting receipts of what that thing says. Keep in mind, that's not a woman. That's a satanic entity you're talking to. So
Yeah, you're talking to some code written by a dude.
Do not come.
no, not just some dude. You're written by some Indian somewhere in all of his degenerate ramblings of his mind. Huge ass for two says, Ian being a contrarian? No way. Yeah. It's real.
Yeah.
A huge ass for 10 says, white people don't season day cruises. Dude, did you guys see what's the Section 8 cruise? Is that Carnival?
Yeah.
Carnival, yeah.
Yeah, so
Banning rap music.
came out with no, they came out with a list of like 10 updated rules, and every single one has to do with black people.
Yeah, no rap. You can't play rap anymore. There's a few
no
other
Bluetooth
about, like,
speakers, no Bluetooth
Yeah.
speakers, and
What
they
about
had, like,
talking on
rules-
speakerphone?
Yeah, they had rules about fans. They had rules about like everything that you've seen on these horror cruises. So I just thought that was quite funny.
No
I-
cooking food in the bathrooms.
Yeah, I did see the clip where the girl was pissed off that the DJs aren't allowed to play rap in the clubs anymore.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
also a ban on marijuana use and a curfew for minors.
Yep. Dude, yeah, I love when they call them
Minors.
youths or minors. It's like, all right.
Minors are in Chile, sir.
Absolute Moonman for 5 says, I could put 10 Beanie Babies in a bag and do some damage. 10 Funko Pops in a bag, awkward, inefficient, and gives a stat debuff to agility. Yeah.
True.
10 Funko Pops in a bag. That sounds oh, never mind.
Bro, that's like $500, bro.
Depends on which
Alright.
ones you get, I guess.
Go away, bro. Dude, can you not? Just give me 1 second. I have to sign into Twitter real fast so that it doesn't have this annoying banner over half the screen.
Well, would you like for me to keep them entertained for a minute?
Yeah, do your best.
I have Ian's 320.
Is he handling a firearm? Then no.
Yeah, he is. I might be able to just play the audio, which
Just wait. I'm almost there. Maybe. Dude, what? I'm on stream trying to remember my Twitter password. No. What
We
is
got
it?
Matt Danka in the chat.
Dude, Matt Danka. He was in before the stream. That's such a good name.
He's asking Richard to sing a song.
All right. That could be a thing.
You know any Creed, Richard?
I do when I'm drunk. I am not drunk. Sorry.
Well, get started. Come on. Start throwing
come on,
back,
bro.
Richard.
Hold on. Let me crack a top.
We expect Creed by the end of the stream.
Can you take me higher?
What the hell?
Bro. All right. On that note, slightly upbeat, we're gonna move it along to finally Mr. Benjamin Songs. He got arrested. New booking photo has just been released, and it looks like he shaved his eyebrows to try and evade being recognized. He'd been a fugitive.
The HRT.
That's also possible. He'd been a fugitive from the FBI since the shooting ambush on July 4th. 13 others have been charged. So he's I can't. Well, this is airsoft, so you can kind of see this, but he also. There are his training videos you can find online. So this is probably how he was training the other 12 people that were with him on July 4th. So we can probably play this. And it's blurred out. So YouTube shouldn't kick us for this. Please don't. That's it. That's airsoft. It has a yellow cap. So limb pen, which is very gay. They practice limb pen with each other, I'm sure. But yeah. That is Mr. Benjamin Song. He is now, I mean,
he is a
isn't that the face that you would trust?
$15 million bond.
Dude looks like alopecia Alpachi.
In fact, I actually know him. I went to high school with him. So,
well, what can you? Well, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. What can you tell us about this man?
So he in high school he had kind of a clear issue with some authority figures. Was a pretty smart dude. He made really good grades, and he was in extracurriculars. I think he was in football and powerlifting. There was a nasty rumor at one point, and there was administration that they actually came down and punished him. Apparently, he had pissed all over the bathrooms at one point, in a very intentional way, like peeing all over the surfaces. So yeah, he joined the Marines.
I wonder if one of the authority figures he had a problem with was his father.
I don't know. His grandparents and my grandparents knew each other. His grandfather was actually my grandfather's patient at his doctor at my granddad's doctor's office, and so I kind of, I'd hear from my granddad like what he was up to, and last I had heard from him is that he would join the Marines.
And he did move on to join the Marines and then get a less than honorable discharge, a dishonorable discharge
very bad.
From
that's
the Marines.
That's an extremely bad discharge, like less than honorable.
I mean, it's not quite dishonorable, but yeah, it's not. That ain't gonna look good, bro.
No, it's like you have to really fuck up to get that type of discharge. So no, apparently he was getting really caught up in leftist ideology and had joined Antifa, I guess, like around 2016 or 2018. He has 2 or 3 prior arrests.
Yeah, in the military, he had the same, like you were saying, like problems with authority and getting into issues and causing problems, which is obviously why he ended up with the less than honorable discharge. But very, very sad ancestors. You dishonor on your family, dishonor on your cow.
Yeah, his family's very conservative, and I think that was maybe a form of rebellion for him to go to the left. Apparently, he goes by Kelly No now, so I think he is trans, and
he's on the Sazul in reverse. He's pulling a reverse Grantham.
Well, he's on the spectrum. He's probably going to be in jail for the rest of his life, or prison. So
I think it was 15 or 25 years
No, it's 10 years for 6 charges per. So 3 attempted murders times 10 years, and then 3 use of a firearm in a criminal activity times 10 years each. So that is 60 years is what he's up against. I see Bucky's in the chat. Let me send
I
him an
get him.
invite real fast. You
I
got him?
him. Yep.
I got it fast first. I'm faster. All right. Well,
Yeah,
while
I
we're
think-
leaving
I
this
think
gap, I did
he's-
also bring up the article about his arrest. So we'll go through this real fast. A former U.S. Marine Corps reservist wanted in connection with the shooting outside of Alvarado Immigration Detention Center has been captured in Dallas. The FBI announced Tuesday. The FBI said Benjamin Hanil Song, 32, was on the run after being federally charged with 3 counts of attempted murder and 3 counts of discharging a firearm during a violent act from a shooting at the Prairieland Detention Center on July 4th. So again, for 12 days, he evaded capture by the U.S. government, which is actually kind of impressive.
Well,
Song
he
also
used his
faces
ancestral skills.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to identify them when they all look a little similar. Song also faces state charges of engaging in organized criminal activity, aggravated assault on public servant, and aiding in the commission of terrorism, according to jail records. So yeah, no, this guy's going away forever. He had 60 years before the other state charges. After the immediate apprehension of Song's co-conspirators at the scene, the FBI and our federal prosecutors, together with our law enforcement partners, worked tirelessly around the clock pursuing Song. Their tremendous efforts culminated in the arrest of this alleged violent criminal today, Nancy Larson, U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Texas, said in a press release Tuesday. Though Song escaped by hiding overnight after the attack, we were confident it would not remain hidden for long. Did Bucky hop in? Is he here? Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I'm
he's
here.
All right. Do you have anything to add before we continue on with the article?
Not really.
Okay, perfect. So
Can I add something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think he's going to do really well in prison. He's going to have a nice little enterprise going based on what he's into.
I mean, he's already like halfway preparing to be like the prison bitch already. So
Yeah, he'll do well.
Goodness.
Good for him.
All right. So how he hid essentially was there was this wooded section near the Prairieland facility, and he just hid in it overnight while everybody else, all of his buddies, got arrested. And I believe he was the only one with real military training of any sort. So it kind of makes sense that he's the only one to actually get away, or at least for the time being, because everybody else was quite literally a tard. Song is accused of purchase. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I think one of the things that's really going to nail him too in this case is the footage of him training other people. In like how to perform like higher level tactics, which you could argue it's not that high level, but for the people he's training, it is. And in preparation to do something like this, like they are going to really destroy this man.
They're going to throw the book at him.
Oh yeah, actually,
it.
On that note, for his like how you call it, like airsoft martial arts thing or whatever, I don't know how to describe it. He was featured with that on Yellow Peril Tactical, who is one of the folks associated with Wise White Prince, Carl, Tactical Girlfriend, Queer Armor. That group.
Yeah,
of people.
I mean those are all weirdo.
He was featured and at least one podcast with him. Another one that was featured was with the Elm Fork John Brown Gun Club, which Song is a part of.
Amazing. Yeah, but I mean his it's all limb pen gay stuff, so it's not even interesting or dynamic. Come on, bro.
Now is that different than stiff pen?
You'd have to ask him.
What'd you say, Bucky?
Oh, is limp pen a different martial art than stiff pen?
Oh.
Yeah. Well, limb pen, not limp pen, although as in limited penetration. Although I guarantee you in prison he is going to be doing full penetration. Guaranteed.
Oh,
he is
with Magnum loads. With
Magnum
no.
it just keeps getting worse. He is the
stretches and calisthenics with soap.
He is the 14th person arrested in connection to the shooting. 10 other individuals were also charged with terrorism, 3 counts of attempted murder, and 3 counts of discharging a firearm during a violent act, according to court records. An 11th person was charged with obstruction of justice and conspiracy, according to federal officials. 2 others, John and Lynette, were recently arrested after law enforcement agents determined that they had helped Song abscond from the Prairieland area and evade arrest. So he had buddies come in to help him out, basically. That's how he got away from that area. Thomas was charged with a smugglings of persons with a $5 million bond, and Sharp was charged last Thursday with a hindering prosecution of terrorism with a $2.5 million bond. And bro, that's serious, dude. If you get charged with helping and evading terrorists, dude, that's not going to go well.
No.
A complaint filed Monday claims a search warrant at Thomas's house July 8th revealed Thomas knew and lived with Song since September of 2024, helped plan the shooting. He's done. Picked up Song and helped transport him afterwards. Their ages were not listed. According to the complaint, Thomas met up with 3 unnamed individuals July 5th, the day after the shooting, to discuss what happened and how to get Song out of the area. So, I mean, these tards did a rescue operation on Song, who was still hiding out in the woods, basically. Talmadge allegedly picked up Song and transported him to a home he was house-sitting, the documents claim. Thomas and Sharp were also in Signal Messenger group chats with Song, where they messaged another person about using code words and monikers about helping Song flee July 7th, the complaint alleges.
What?
Sharp.
Signal's not encrypted? You mean they
Not
have
if you grab
access?
the phone. No, they grabbed the phones, bro, and then just got into the phones however they could. Sharp, Song, and others discussed their plans to conduct an operation at the Prairieland Detention Center between July 3rd and 4th, included satellite photos of the facility and noted local police departments, according to court documents. So they did plan all of this. Their plan was just terrible. Sharp was not able to go to the facility due to family problems. There's always something. That's so funny. The documents claim, but she allegedly offered to monitor their group chats and send money to support the operation. Isn't this one of those, that one article we read last week where they were, the one person isn't able enough to help, so they just like make flyers or write propaganda pieces.
They do
do
art,
graphic design.
They're the artist of the group.
The top recruit for the Wisconsin John Brown Gun Club, the person who made that news article, if I call that loosely.
Let me pull this back up. Go ahead.
I did. Andy No did release some pretty big information regarding Benjamin Song's mom, who is a program director for the dojo he was running his shtick at.
Oh, really? Interesting.
I just sent it in private.
And pull that up real fast.
I will say, if you look at the actual detention center that they attacked, the wooded area is not incredibly large where he probably hid. But it gives you kind of a perspective of how they conducted the attack.
If somebody is hiding in the woods, and unless you comb through it, like it's not, if you know what you're doing, it's not terribly difficult to hide.
Well, I think too with like helicopters and like really high-end thermals, you're able to see stuff. But in wooded areas, it is a lot more difficult, especially if they're big oaks, which are probably in the area.
Well,
But
I mean, all he has to do is hide
few-
under something, right? Thermal can't penetrate, so you have to get underneath something. So literally, if you just cover yourself, that's where you're going to be almost invisible.
It's impressive to me that he was there for like a full 24 hours and they didn't catch him.
Yeah, no, and he managed to get away. So I don't know if he had some sort of communication with guys on the outside, like, "Hey, I am stuck here. I need help."
Yeah, he did apparently. He texted them out like the day after, and like they communicated for him to get picked up.
That's the one curious thing, because if they're searching for somebody, can they triangulate if they see communications going in and out of that area? So couldn't they tell if somebody was still there?
Pretty sure they can. That's pretty simple stuff.
I think if they have to know
For
like
them,
because they were tracking the cell phone data of a lot of these guys, which is how they figured out where they were meeting and whatnot. So if they knew what Song's device was, they could tell that, oh, he's still in the woods over there.
I'm thinking what he did was watched some Garanthem videos on escape and evasion.
Oh, actually true.
The forced annual training that all soldiers and troops have to take for what they call a computer-based annual training for the military, which is essentially just like a shockwave video, if you remember those.
Let's see. Court documents unsealed last Monday claim as many as 12 people dressed in all black were shooting fireworks towards the Prairieland Detention Center July 4th when correctional officers called dispatch. When Alvarado police soon arrived, a person in the woods opened fire, hitting one of them in the neck, which is probably this song, gentlemen. According to court records, that's when authorities say someone started shooting at the correctional officers, who, of course, were unarmed. Police says they found several firearms, including 2 left behind in the nearby woods. Others guns were found on some of the people arrested, and another 2 AR-15 style rifles were found when Johnson County Sheriff detectives later stopped a car less than a mile away from the facility, according to court documents. So many firearms were recovered, many bullets were shot. One person was injured who is fortunately not dead. Shot in the neck is not a great place to get shot, but very lucky.
I want them to release pictures of the firearms used.
Well, we know one of them is a Franklin Armory with a binary trigger in it, and that's probably the one that died on them, and they just dropped it.
And there was also another rifle abandoned at the scene, so...
Well, plus 2 more ARs in the car, so, and then a multitude of handguns on the individuals that were caught, so... Let's see here. So I can confirm the now captured Antifa gunman fugitive Benjamin Song provided most of his firearms and militancy training at the Sentinel Martial Arts on Pioneer Parkway, Arlington, Texas. So at this dojo where they hold kids classes, you know, which is how dojos actually make money, is kids classes. And you can see him doing his gay training stuff or whatnot. Song's mother, Hope Song, is a program director there. I have compared Song's militancy training videos to images released by the gym, showing it is indeed the same place. So, I mean, you can see all the same stuff and doing their training there and whatnot. Mega cringe. But this is these are unquote trained individuals, and if this is as effective as their training is, there's really not that much to worry about. These people are much more of a danger to themselves than they are to others.
Well, statistically speaking, yeah. I mean, 41%.
No,
right?
That's what I meant. All right, let me go over here. Huge ass business idea: Wakanda Cruise Lines for 2. You know, dude, I just don't think you want to deal with that. Doesn't sound like fun. I'm pretty sure we all already have Waffle House, which is basically the same.
Could you imagine the insurance nightmare that would be?
Black's only cruise line.
I thought
No,
they did
I
that.
would never get an insurance.
I thought they already did that in the 1600s.
Dude, yeah, actually, that's how they got here, isn't it? Oh, yeah.
That's how we ended up in this mess, man.
Dude, but what if like somebody else, like a reverse, they're like, oh yeah, Black's only cruise line, and then it's a one way to Africa. They drop them off and leave.
There's a song about that.
Let's see. Fresh penis shape for 10. Thank you, sir. Says had a coworker at one point. His entire L-shaped desk was packed with Funko Pops to the point he bought risers to stack them higher. Seeing this instead work had bets on it falling a lot. Yeah, dude. I knew people who were, do you want to call them desk monkeys, where their work life was their life. That's what they lived for. You know,
Desk monkey.
I mean, I don't know what else you want to call them. A cubicle cuck or something, where like that was their life. They loved being at work. They loved the environment. They decorated their little area. It was like daycare for them. You know,
it's an ultra cope. It's just like making the best of basically being in prison.
You're like, actually, I do love this. This is amazing.
Yeah, that's what I always heard them called, was desk jockeys.
Now, desk monkey is much funnier.
It's
much
a little bit too close to porch.
Moonman for 5 says, yeah, desk dweller. Moonman for 5 says, have you guys seen the meme from Die Hard 3 where it's just, I hate blank. I almost said black. I hate blank, but it's the euphemism for blacks. You know, I've seen many memes of that variety, Mr. Moonman, but thank you for the 5. I almost instinctively put that in there too. Focus Trip's wife for 5 says Focus Trip is a man of habit, of dedication, on vacation, and somehow he still finds a basement for me. Focus, let me live. No, stay in the basement. Actually, currently, let me see if I can pull this up. Currently, I am actually in my parents' basement. It's real. The memes are true. I'm in my parents' basement as of right now.
Back to where you started.
You're not wrong. So technically, me and my wife are in a basement, but I'm here too. Chud McGills for $4.99 says Wi-Fi company sent me to Indian for support. Switch today. I need to stop super chatting. I have a mortgage to pay. Also, it's real to 9/11. Lastly, and that's funny. You your last super chat. You're like, I'm gonna make sure that Focus Trip also gets demonetized because I can't afford to do this any longer. That's funny. Thank you, Chud McGill. Yeah, no, pay your mortgage. This is not important. This is just entertainment fluff. But you guys are fun to hang out with regardless. Huge ass for 2 says Creed slander will not be tolerated. You know, Creed and White Monster always been there for me when I'm down. Just saying.
There is no Creed slander. That was genuine appreciation for Creed. Don't get it twisted.
Huge ass for 2 says the Lupus Lakota Warrior. Nice.
Very real.
Thank you for that, sir. Absolute Moonman for 5 says sad to see how Dan Hill, the guy from Mulan, has gone into. Yeah. Kids, don't get your HRT. Sorry, yeah, don't do that, homie. It's not worth it.
Have they sent their daughters when I asked for sons?
Ooh.
So it's a new Mulan release called "I'll Make a Woman Out of You." Is that how it goes?
it's just chopping dicks off. That's the 2025 Disney song. Chud for 69 for 2 says Goy daycare to make sure women don't have babies. Yeah, I mean that's dude. A lot of women are like little task oriented. They love the little like dopamine hit of finishing task 1 to move on to task 2 to move into task 3, like sending an email. If you read about like what these people actually do in their day-to-day jobs, like meeting number 1, 2, 3, and 4, emails that they have to send, like little graphics that they have to make, it's all just like, this is childish. Like this is not a serious job. Please do something more productive with your life.
And it's funny because they think that is the most fulfilling thing in life, when in reality they just get married and get pregnant a bunch of times and enjoy their
the unfortunate thing about a lot of people is that they are very susceptible to propaganda, and so they can just be tricked into believing like almost whatever. And so because they have decided to live this way and give away the best years of their life, they will be rabidly defending it online as the best possible use of their time.
Excuse me, sir. This is the best possible use of my time.
For you, I know it is, dude. There's nothing else you could have been doing right now. Richard, you had your shot.
I know.
To be fair, I think those people are just they're living the lot that they are meant to be in, right? Like if they're happy doing that, I guess that's fine, right?
Well,
but that's not
maybe
good enough for me.
But I don't even know if they're really happy, right?
No, I think that's the thing, right? Is like their definition of happiness has become so diluted by just trying to advance into the financial system and be somebody else's workhorse that they don't care. They're like, well, you know, so long as I get my Funko Pops and I can watch my Disney and go home and consume, I'm happy with living this life. And it's just people who are, you know, just tax cattle.
I mean, yeah, that is the dark way to think about it. Just tax your livestock for a tax system. That's about it. Well, it's the same thing when people are like, yeah, people should never retire. You're gonna be taxed until the day you die.
Yeah.
Absolute Moonman for 5 says I put them in the Discord. I hate 12-year-old Virginian boys. Okay. I don't know what that's in reference to. What did you send me? I don't know if I want to find out why you hate 12-year-old Virginian boys. I'm gonna be real with you. All right, I don't
posted it in memes.
Oh, is it funny to show on screen? I can find it real fast.
I think you could probably do it.
You're sounding a little. You're
Well, he posted 10 images.
Oh, okay, I see it. Dude, okay, there we go. I like this one. I'll save this one. Bear with me. I'm doing this all on my laptop, so it takes about twice as long to do it. It's not like I have a producer that could help me with this either.
Hey.
Yeah, on the topic of
like, what?
On the topic of unhappy women who are just like little drones that go to work and do all the things that men do, and that makes them happy. It's just the downfalls that are associated with feminism, and we should have probably seen that coming.
Well, what a great trade-off. You lose all autonomy and freedom and the best years of your lives, and you get to work for faceless company number 431 that hates you.
Yeah, you lose what the only like the thing about you that makes you unique and special, and then what you gain in return is just being a tax cattle, basically. It's
Well,
I mean,
kind
like
of kind of
one
disgusting.
approach to this issue is just make Grok hyper optimized and refined over time.
Yeah. I think it's all very unnatural, right? Like just sitting in a cubicle under artificial light for 8 to 10 hours a day. And, you're
Well,
working within someone else's system they created for you to work in.
yeah, 100%. 100%. And you don't get any, like, you're not even connected to the thing, right? So like if you wind it back like 500 years where you work the land and you get the benefits of the land and you owe like 5% taxes for your entire life. Right. And now it's like, oh, you're not even connected to what you're working to. You don't own anything and you're taxed at 30% and you owe property taxes and you owe, your mortgage and your rent every month for the rest of your life. Congratulations.
Yeah, it's all everything. Every aspect of your life is pretty much planned out in front of you, based on your socioeconomic upbringing.
Yeah, socioeconomic factors added again.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I see everyone in the chat's like, oh, or one person in the chat. I don't want to overstate it. It's like I can't even afford to live off of a single income. Like my income's not even enough now. So it's like the logical conclusion is women have to work. That
I
is a
can.
symptom. That's a symptom of like getting women in the workforce. The consequence is that now everything's expensive and you have to have two incomes, essentially, for most people.
Well, if you look at wage suppression, what happens? What causes wage suppression? Well, way too many people in the industry, that is women and men competing for the same job so that companies can offer lower and lower competitive wages. And then you have the added pressure of inflation. And then you add in like 50 million illegal immigrants or 30 million illegal immigrants, whatever it happens to be. And it's like, listen, if we kick out all the illegal immigrants, like your prices on food is going to go up. And it's like, why? It's like, well, they'll have to offer higher wages. It's like, yeah, that's the point. So
yeah, we can't
kick
have
'em out.
child slave labor anymore.
No, listen, we need the child slave labor in our weed fields. They're integral to our development here in California.
Yeah, who's gonna work my
The
pot
plantation.
fields? Who's gonna work
Plantation owner
my
voice.
farms again? Right? Like it's so funny how it winds all the way back to like the same thing.
Yeah, but so the GDP might drop by 5%. It's like, well, what is the GDP? It's like, I don't even know, but I heard if it goes down, it's bad.
Yeah, how will we beat China? I don't know. China doesn't have women, and all of our women don't have kids, so I don't really know.
Well, it's like, how do you beat China? I don't know. China. Most of the East is having a fertility crisis and a population crisis where they're going to start cratering in the next 10 to 20 years. So maybe just don't do that, and you'll be here.
That
right?
puts them
But
on a really...
the future belongs to those who show up for it. Nothing less, nothing more.
It does put China in a very dangerous timeline, though, for them to make use of all their military-age males from the one-child policy and to utilize them in a conflict that would shift them to be the global superpower.
Yeah.
They wait too long.
That's interesting. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, humanity is, you have a certain timeline to use all these people, especially if you're facing a what's the population
crisis.
Yeah. I mean, it's real. It's a real issue. So tactically for China, if they're going to make a move, you have about a decade, maybe 2 to get it done.
Yeah. Which puts that in our lifetime.
Correct. But I'd rather it be in my lifetime than my son's.
I agree.
Yeah.
Huge ass for 5 says, I hate women at work. Literal chatbots can do better than 99% of them. Well, you say that, dude. AI is coming for these low-level menial jobs, not physical jobs, but I'm talking about like corporate jobs. AI is going to go for those first. AI ain't going to be replacing plumbers and electricians, but it is going to replace all these little generic bot people that don't do anything.
Is it going to replace Richard?
It might.
What
might.
does Richard do? That's a question I have to ask. No, but Richard runs the clips channel. He does a good job.
hit
Hugh
the
Jasper
beat
too
button.
says inflation is just modern day coin clipping. Yeah, why do coins have these funny little ridges on them? Maybe that's another question we should be asking.
Nickel
That is
belt.
an interesting thing.
Save your pennies, boys. Those will be worth a lot for your grandkids.
Collector's edition. Oh, did we finally get rid of those?
Yeah, we stopped making pennies are apparently not going to be produced anymore.
Doesn't
I'm
it
not
cost,
sure
like-
if that's started yet, but that's been like a
like,
order.
doesn't cost like
Well-
4 cents to mint a penny.
Something like that. I think it's like 2 or 3. A nickel is like 7 cents. So
They've
nickels
been
are bad
saying
too.
forever that they're going to get rid of pennies, but Canada did it, and it really fucked up their economy because now everything gets rounded up to the 5 cents.
Wait, you mean
Yeah,
it was a
I think
scam?
I think it's kind of just preparation for the new penny, which will be the dollar.
Yeah, pretty much.
The CBDCs, boys.
Well, that's exactly what it is. If you're paying in cash, you're paying that extra. They're rounding it up to the extra 4 or 5 cents or whatever it is. But if you're paying with a card, well, then you can still pay to the exact penny.
Yeah, have you seen that Microsoft patent that has to do with currency distribution, Richard?
I did, and that type of shit frightens me.
I'll post it in the side chat or in the here. I'll see. Let me see.
That's almost as bad as the patent to force people to say the name of the product during an advertisement to get the ad to skip or go on to the next portion of the program.
It's in that
Yeah.
level of dystopia, but I think this is like probably the foundational part of the mark of the beast.
Imagine you're just like sitting in, I don't know, your bathroom watching a YouTube video and you have to utter the words out loud, adamandeve.com.
Humble Marksman says 40% of home sales in most metro areas are to institutional capital. Yeah, that's the reality. Is like, who's buying the most homes right now? It ain't you, homie. It ain't individuals. It's BlackRock. It's whatever these mega corps are buying up all the land. And when it's all bought up, congratulations. Welcome to rent for the rest of your life. What did that one Fink say?
You will own
nothing and
you will
be
rent
happy.
everything.
Yeah, we
You'll
got
have
about
no
5 more
privacy,
years.
and you
5
will
more
love
years
it.
until their timeline hits its maturation date. We'll see.
Yeah, I love how everybody's arguing about fascism versus, and it's like they're just in a
Your mic
cyberpunk
just completely took a shit.
technocracy. Hello, am I back? Is it bad?
You went a
you're
little
back.
robot-y.
I was worried
Yeah.
that was my connection.
No,
you
it.
went.
I mean, dude, I'm literally on a hotspot, and if I run out of data, it's going to go down to like nothing. So if it's still bad, let me know.
No, you're back now, but it was pretty
Okay.
rough there.
Well,
for a
perfect. Let me
second.
get my
You're
sentence
good.
out. So yeah, it's people arguing about fascism or socialism, but what you're actually going to end up in is this cyberpunk dystopian technocracy, basically, where it's big corporations running everything, and you are just a dollar sign to them, like literally nothing more than that.
Yeah, I believe
Widowy.
Widowy, nothing more than that.
Widowy.
Well, yeah, it's cyberpunk without the cool architecture or the nice neon lights. It's just
Can
it's
I at
homeless
least-
camps. It's
Well,
homeless
he's-
camps as far as
he's-
the eye can see.
It's
Can I at
gonna
least
be
cut my limbs off?
me.
Can I at least cut my limbs off and get replacement, like robot limbs?
No, you get, instead of replacement limbs, you get trans bottom surgery. That's it.
Oh no!
I was gonna say
That's
that's
it.
about the only way you're gonna get
Yeah,
Jake
that's
to
as
cut
far
his
as it
dick
goes.
off.
Yeah.
when was the first time that you guys actually heard of the Agenda 2030 or any of the UN stuff?
Oh,
I mean, yeah, we've seen
A
all that
while.
stuff.
No, like
It's been out
when
for a
was the
while.
first time it come across? Because first time it showed up to me was in YouTube. It was actually on your video, John. I got an advertisement for the 17 Sustainable Development Goals being pushed by the United Nations in 2019.
That's rather strange.
Yeah, it was a ad that they were running on YouTube at the time.
yeah, no.
Yeah.
The agenda has been it's been in play since pretty much 2001. If you look at like some of the immediate things that happened right after the World Trade Center attacks, that's when we had like a global economic shift from us being actual producers to us exporting everything over to China.
Yeah, that
And
was we're in the midst of what they're referring to as the fourth industrial revolution.
yeah,
But the switch that you're talking about was actually uh, switching over from Agenda 21 to Agenda 2030. It was the next phase, but
yeah,
not
yeah.
not to derail anymore. But I thought it was odd that I was seeing advertisements for it here on YouTube in 2019, and it was on your channel that the very I'll never forget it. I was like, "What is
Interesting.
this?"
That is very strange.
Yeah.
Very, very strange.
All
Yeah,
I
and
ever see on
everybody
John's.
waiting for a housing crash. It isn't going to happen. They aren't going to let it happen.
No, it's not
No.
going to happen at all.
Or
They
if it
lose
does
too much.
happen, it is solely so that they can buy up all the property at disgustingly low prices. That's it.
Well, they
The
won't let it
crash.
happen at once because then they would have to dump too much capital in other areas to make up the money to be able to buy it, right?
Hmm.
They're
Well,
not going to leverage all of their assets to buy up properties and shit.
the cost
They
of
would free up capital.
the cost of new productions is so high that that's also keeping the market elevated. Even in some states where you're seeing big exoduses, like California and New York, where generally the housing market is slowing down. A lot of those properties were overinflated in their values anyway. They're still
Mhm.
selling for like probably a lot more than their people perceive them to actually be worth, but they're still moving. It just may take a little longer. And like here in
Well,
Texas,
those states also have an exit tax, right? If
yeah,
you sell your house and you do not reinvest that money, you get taxed on it when you leave.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a big part too. So
Well,
it's
I'm gonna switch gears on this conversation to something a little bit more metaphysical before we get to Fieldcraft crashing and burning. So I think that there is a very strange link between creativity and pattern recognition. So as this comment says, but Larry and Jihad on the computers that specifically manage the banks. I think that the Dune reality of people turning on computers is not as far off as it was in the book series. And there's some strange link where very creative people in the realm of science fiction tend to predict the future, like people in the 1930s and 40s and even earlier talking about like TV screens on your watch and these strange communication methods or like the internet and stuff like that was predicted like 50 to 100 years before this tech was actually developed. And the way that we're seeing AI rapidly expand, even if it is just essentially very simple large language models, but what it is capable of doing currently will be eclipsed by what it is capable of doing in like the next 5 years. And once people are replaceable, it's going to create so much discontent within society. I don't know how something doesn't spill over and people just go ape on their computers.
So
they're gonna have it's gonna be part of like a world war thing where we're gonna have like 1 billion dead, and then we're gonna use AI and robotics to replace those people. So there's not gonna be like a financial downturn. I think that's what the Satanists' plans are. But
you talk
you know,
about the creative types and predicting the future and things like that. Are any of you guys watch Futurama?
oh yeah,
So were
I know
you
what you're talking
aware
about.
that their writers were almost all PhDs, right? So one of their writers holds like 3 PhDs and one doctorate in chemical engineering or something. Another one in applied mathematics and physics. Like they're legitimate geniuses who are writing these comedy skits that are predicting the future. One of the things that they predicted several years ago was putting trash onto a rocket and sending it off into space. And in the in the show, that ends up coming back as a giant meteor to destroy the Earth. But somebody just proposed that the other day.
oh
Like
yeah. I mean,
that was legitimately
been
Well,
kind
I
of
mean,
like
you could make a
solution
joke
for a
about that
while.
because what's his face? Musk already sent a Tesla into space for no reason.
Yeah,
Do you remember
Tesla
when he did that?
Roadster.
Yeah,
That's
he
trash
put one of
right
those
now.
in space for literally nothing.
He did it because he wanted to put an electric car on Mars, and I think that was kind of funny because he succeeded even though it crash landed. There
You
is
know
a
what?
car there.
If you want to take a, what's that one about the one crazy book where it spans like multi billions of years? where it goes through all these different species and how they get taken over and then changed and then replaced and whatnot. And it's just this wacky story. But
Man,
Sounds like atheism.
man after man.
it's dude, I have to remember the name of this book. But
Is
anyways,
it like where like it's humans that get like altered, or is
no,
it
yeah, it's humans that get just completely screwed up by this one group, and then
the
they
Q?
split up into all. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
whatever
I know
that
what
book
you're
is.
talking about. I can't remember.
Okay,
the name
yeah.
of the
So whatever
series.
that
Could be
book is,
Halo.
but it's like so we send a Tesla to Mars and it just crash lands, and then in like a million years, or if we believe like evolution or something like that, like the microbes there like discover this technology and then evolve in a different path because we sent a Tesla to Mars and then end up taking over Earth at some like distant future point because of that. That would be funny.
That would be
Um,
That
funny.
sounds like that book.
I mean, there is
Can I
roadside picnic, where like aliens just show up to Earth, just leave a bunch of garbage, and then all that garbage is fascinating to humans, and the humans start developing weird and interesting stuff for it, or selling it for a lot of money.
So
You're-
lots of spoilers in this stream for Roadside Picnic and Dune. You guys should probably tell people that before you say it.
Bro, I don't
No,
even care,
it's too
dude.
late. Someone
I
did
also
say.
wanted to
Go ahead,
I would
sorry,
like to say this morning, Renan really ruined my mood by talking about this Doomer stuff in
It's
VC.
not. It,
And now he's doing it
No,
again.
it's not doomer stuff. It's like if
it's
you're
not.
in the 11th century and you're like, oh, we're getting invaded by Muslims and things are looking really terrible. It's like, guess what, baby? The Crusades are right around the corner. We got this, homie. There's always, in the midst of the biggest black pill, is the greatest we are so back.
Absolutely. And I told Jake at the end of it, I was being kind of doomer about like the immediate like generation to the second generation that's going to come after us, about how you're going to have like Neuralink hooked up to war drones and people just, using their Neuralinks to run around with like machines and stuff like that. But I told him, I said, you know what, Jake?
Isn't
know
that
what-
just
you know-
gay VR warfare? It's just VR
yeah.
multiplayer at that point.
Yeah, it's at that point you're just like directly interfacing with the machines. But I told Jake, I said, you know what makes it all okay, Jake, is that Christ is king.
Very
Real.
true. Very true.
Yeah. No black pilling. No black pilling.
No
All right,
black pilling. Let's talk
that
about
was enough.
GBRS.
No, it's not GBRS. It's Fieldcraft, bro.
Oh,
Fieldcraft
yeah,
Survival.
sorry.
Was
was a
Mike
little
Glover
wrong
now?
domestic
Now,
abuser.
a little bit of background on this is that if my stream does not allow me to play this, Richard, I'll have to send you the link to play it, or somebody else to play it. Whoever has good internet can play it. I just can't.
I'll pull it up. I'll have it on backup.
In case it doesn't work, it might work, but it might not. A little bit of background: Fieldcraft Survival, founded by Mike Glover of many internet memes and fame in 2015 or so, brings on a lot of good instructors. They do prepping, they do training, they do CQB, they do urban survival, all sorts of fun stuff. Mike Glover gets charged with a couple cases of domestic violence, one against his children. And so he steps down last year, I think, or early this year, something like that. He gets replaced by another CEO, and then that CEO makes a couple really dumb decisions, and then he immediately gets replaced. And we are looking at the new CIA CEO on the screen currently of the Fieldcraft Survival Challenge. And the title of this video is The Death of Fieldcraft Survival, because they are, in fact, on life support. Do you guys have any commentary you want to add before we just get into the video?
It's just amazing how quickly they're just shifting through leadership.
Yeah, the last
don't
one
know.
literally lasted 3 months. Widowy?
I don't want to make a statement and then have to like pull it back and make a retraction or get a cease and desist.
Yeah. Yeah.
The title is very
dead.
clickbait.
Oops, sorry. And again, if this doesn't play or plays terribly, please let me know.
The title is very clickbaity, and it's also reality. Fieldcraft is fighting for its survival. You've probably seen or heard of the drama, seen the speculation, seen comments, and we've been real quiet. It's another one of those situations within the industry, and I'm feeling it with you, right? It's like, here we go again, another CEO, another company just unraveling in front of us, another statement about mission and community, and we're sick of it.
Bro, he's actually real for that. Saying like, dog, you don't want to hear another corporate statement, do you guys? You heard it from SIG, you've heard it from T-Rex, you've heard it from whatever it might be. It's just another corpo BS talking point that they're going to roll out for us. This guy seems more real than almost every other modern CEO corpo husk that I've had to listen to.
100%.
Do you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of like a speech that like a Secretary of State would give in a war after the president and vice president have been killed.
Yeah, that's actually pretty apt considering the one CEO is like former CEO is, you know, under indictment and the other one got removed.
Yeah,
maybe they've just been forced down the chain so much hiring new CEOs that they finally got to someone who's not like media trained and actually authentic.
Yeah,
this is actually the best. This is the best public statement this year for sure.
He does seem completely genuine, and when you listen to it, you can hear it in his voice, right? He seems like he cares a lot about the company itself, and as well as the employees and the customers. So,
I am the new CEO of Fieldcraft Survival, and I don't want this to be like, you know, some corporate BS. It's conversational by nature, and it's my intent is that you make your decisions based off this communication. But we're seeing it everywhere. I mean, it's like T-Rex Arms, it's SIG, it's Tim Kennedy, right? And it feels like it's all unraveling at the same time, which is interesting. I don't want this to be like, oh, we're different, we're built different. I don't like that. It's for you to decide. So let's break this all down. In 2015, Mike Glover started Fieldcraft Survival. He is the voice, he is the face. And like you guys, in 2018, that's what my main draw here was, right? It was preparedness. It's something we needed at the time and still do.
This is a very similar situation to T-Rex Arms in a way, but rather than, you know, Lucas getting accused of doing something bad, in T-Rex Arms case, it's far worse because T-Rex actually did something bad. Whereas Fieldcraft hasn't done anything bad, but unfortunately their face, you know, allegedly has messed up other people's faces or something like that.
Yeah, the leadership of the company.
I'm not trying to separate.
Oops, sorry, go for it.
Oh, I was just gonna say, Mike Glover was basically like the face of Fieldcraft Survival. There really wasn't anybody else that was actively posting, as far as I know, on the channel to have like a media
so
presence.
They are trying to bring back some of the other guys because you remember the former British special forces guy, the Irish guy who was on Garanthem, and
I know
he had done a few other videos. They're trying to bring him back because he had left at some point because of the direction of the company, but they fired that CEO and they're like, we're trying to get these cool people actually back.
It's just about Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens, that's the one. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So, what is the new company going to be called or rebranded as? Fieldcraft Survival?
I think it's Domestic Violence Survival is what they're going to rebrand to, but
Fieldcraft Barely Surviving.
It's a little. Oh, Hunter Constantine was with Fieldcraft. I didn't know that. Maybe I never saw him on there, but that would actually be he's a good social media face man for a company. So, but he's also working with Smith & Wesson right now. So I don't know if he needs another gig.
Something we needed at the time and still do. It's factual. I'm not trying to separate us from that at all. MG did have two legal issues, I guess we'll call them that for lack of a better word. The first one was a DV case, and findings were unsubstantiated, thrown out, and the second one involved children. And that's important to note because if you know me or my background is within behavioral health and state of Arizona, and I felt that the best professional decision based on that would have been, and is still to this day, to be quiet. It's a real family going through a real crisis, not a PR crisis like us here at Fieldcraft. And it did affect us to be quiet. I stand by that. The second one is still ongoing. Like I said, it involves children, and we'll let the system take its course, and we'll leave it at that. The next one.
I mean, I get why he's skating over thin ice here because it is very, very difficult to talk about your CEO and face for a decade allegedly committing domestic violence again against a girlfriend, and then girlfriend plus kids from another wife. Or it's a very complex, dirty situation that, as a company who has this former CEO, former face, you definitely want to try and distance yourself as far from as humanly possible.
What kind of like market products does Fieldcraft offer right now? Is it mostly like training oriented?
It's mostly training, but there are some products and collabs that they've done. Like they sell like generic survival products and whatnot that you can get from their website. But it is mostly, I would say, mostly a training focused program.
Okay.
They're also running a podcast. I don't know if they still are.
They were after Mike left because Mike was the podcast, right? And I mean, their podcast would do great for a six-figure. For just a generic podcast, they would do like 6-figure views of video, which means that their actual podcast content was probably doing something in the millions, which is a big show. So, but when your face gets, taken away from you and accused of all sorts of terrible things, it's yikes.
I wonder what kind of debt that the company has.
Well, they're going to talk about investors in just a second, and they have some mega backers, like millionaires and billionaires on the board of directors. So they have some money behind them.
One is Greg Lappin. He was CEO for like 3 months, and he made some decisions early on that financially set the company back during the crisis, caused conflict within the company, to include our CFO, bookkeeper, some of the other managers. When the conflict couldn't be resolved, it naturally went to the board of directors, who, you have to understand who our board is. There's a billionaire, there's a millionaire involved, who are, also in line with our work. And it's important to note that they not only swiftly, but unanimously voted Greg out. And that's just factual, right? I know there's two sides to every story, and if he doesn't feel that that's correct, that's on him if there's a different take. But it's for
yeah, that one guy that they made that video on like 3 months ago, the Greg guy coming in and being like, "Hey, I'm the new CEO." Apparently, yeah, everybody just hated him. You can have your take about why you were kicked out, but that's on you. So yeah, and I think they're also going to mention at this, like in just a few seconds, about they had a sponsorship with SIG, and I think that caused some internal dilemmas about how do we remain partial while pushing obviously this one product that's under fire right now, which is a bit of an issue.
Yeah, that's a tough spot to be in, honestly.
Yeah.
For you, the consumer, to understand that that's what happened and weigh the sides. That's life. That's fine. Here's my notes. I'm going to switch over to keep myself organized. But I also want to clear something up. Nobody currently at the company was involved in any of those decisions in the past. There was a separate leader, a president in the company, and people don't understand this too, that for the last 2.5 years, he was running the day-to-day of the company. And decisions like bringing on SIG, which we shouldn't have, were siloed. It should have been, disseminated to the directors. Like, I was a mobility director, Kevin Estella was the survival director, Nate was the medical director. And it was just the structure that was in place, which to our demise, was the way it was. So some of our guys left towards the end of the year. Some guys got laid off. And in my opinion, that's a direct result of that.
So yeah, apparently this SIG sponsorship went so sideways, and it was made unilaterally at the worst possible time. A bit of an oof. So like, so many people got removed because of this one really bad decision of theirs. Yeah, Mike, the domestic director. Oof.
Domestic relations.
Yeah, not a good phrasing. Yeah.
The reason why that's important to know is because even though that I or us, we the team, was not directly responsible for that, we need to shoulder the responsibility of it to move forward. Because that's what leadership is. It's not when it's convenient or comfortable, right? You can blame everybody and not have to deal with it. No, that's what leadership is. As a matter of fact, in my other companies, personally, I stand by the quality of your relationships will drive results. And because of that, I've been in contact with some excellent dudes that you've seen in the past, to include the same guys that I've named, like Kevin Estella, subject matter expert in survival, teacher, right? He's positioned to come back and wants to help us. John Park, our media director, Navy guy, outstanding guy. He's already back. Doc Nate Jones, a medic who's trained Army medics for many years. Actually, even today, spoke with Matt Vandy, SWAT guy, masterclass shooter, to lead the charge and training.
Do you need another masterclass shooter? My rates are less. I guarantee you. Whatever you're charging him, mine is less.
Yeah, call Logan.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, but
Real
did you
master on
even
scene.
did you even serve, bro? Come on.
Dude, I served at Wendy's for years, bro.
Hey, you got
thank
to
you for your
hire a
You like
service.
liquor
fries with that?
Got to hire a liquor chat.
Rick Lofton today too, if you guys don't know who he is, he's an actual Delta Force operator. And all these dudes,
Bro, Delta mentioned pedigree in the chat, dog. We are so back.
Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah, Logan couldn't picture that position. It's real.
position to come back makes it real that not only did we have the issues, but we're making the right moves to change it. With the right people in those relationships. This video can't just be about talk though, right? It has to be about actions. So you're gonna see across the board, prices being dropped on our training. We're still getting beat up by this economy, and the value proposition has to be appropriate. As a CEO, that's my job, to look at everything, make changes where we can. But I've also talked to my guys, the ones that I've mentioned before, and that's their direction, and that's the direction we're gonna take. To include like Doc Nate Jones. We have a sold out class September 6th. And, we have a board of doctors who are positioned to better understand pre-hospitalist care. And that's happening. Look to the website. There's more of that coming, as well as other changes across the board. This is what I have to say to you.
Okay, we do have to pause there for a second because somebody did point this out in chat, and I was like, this can't be real. You're kidding, right? Dog,
Yeah, no, it's real.
the Gunfighter Carbine 3-day class is $3,550.
That's unreal.
What are you talking about?
Is that before or
What
after
are-
they lowered the price?
What are you? Well, no. So here's the thing: they have a 40% off coupon today only. I don't believe that with code Prime1. So even with 40% off, you're still talking about
Training
two-
excluded.
Training excluded on the coupon.
Oh, is that really? Oh, kill me then. Get that off there. $3,500. Okay, so
it's
for instance,
sold
you can
out.
get access to real Delta operators and grandmaster shooters and best shooters of all time for like $1,200 for a 2-day class.
So that's a 3-day class?
This is a 3-day class for $3,550.
Is
Yeah, so
actually,
channel
so here's the
included?
thing.
I mean,
You're paying
say-
almost $1,200 a day for instruction.
Actually,
Are they-
that makes-
Do they
so when
supply
I get-
you ammo? What's supplied? Because if they give you
Oh,
ammo, that
really?
might be
Oh,
a
okay. So
All-
actually,
all
listen
gear.
to this. This actually might kind of not be as bad. It's still bad, but in this course, you will receive all the gear you need for the course, yours to keep. Training ammo, 2 days of high-end training with Greg, lodging at Skyrider, and all your meals during your stay. So this is like a resort. So
that's
wh-
probably
do-
not a bad deal.
do
then,
they
if it
give you a
includes ammo.
rifle? Oh, dude, they do give you a rifle.
Okay, I
Listen
want
to
to
this.
go.
So
Can we go
so
to this?
BCM Recce. So they give you a BCM 14.5, which is cool. An AMG UH1 red dot. It's okay. They give you a Unity tactical grip. I don't care. They give you a cool chest rig, which is probably one of their partners. Faro Concept Slingster, and then 3 magazines plus all your ammo.
That's
If
not
they
So-
quite
handle-
so bad. then.
It's
if they
still-
handle the shipping,
It's still about
and
$2
transfer.
grand. It's still about, if you take it out the gear, it's still about $2 grand
Yeah, what if I don't want the
for
gear?
3 days.
Right? Like, what if I don't want
Yeah.
the rifle and I've already
Yeah,
got
why
one?
would you wait? Here's the thing: if you're going to a $4,000 class, why would you not
Is there
just
another
be bringing?
option? Yeah, is there another option that is?
Yeah, can I bring in my
this is like
CAC?
one. This is like one course set, right? What are the other courses that they offer? Because because I'd like to see one where you're not.
Well, so
given
oh,
the
here we go.
gun.
So the Gunfighter pistol is $3,000.
Yeah,
that's-
well,
Still rough, but I don't see an option to. I'm sure they give you a Glock Gen 5 47, which for their they have to be sponsored by Vortex too, because everything is Vortex and Umbrus Designs. So 47 MOS, which blue labels like $300, $350. Vortex Defender, another $300. So it's still a $2,000 class, bro. Now, I mean, you do stay at a resort, so they pay for basically your hotel and your food. So that's something, but that is still hella expensive. So in August, I'm going to a pistol rifle class 2-day with Joel Park and Nick Young, and I think it's $600.
Do you get a gun out of it?
I don't get a gun out of it.
I'm wondering
But
what the round count.
You see, I have my own gun, so there's that.
What is the round count though? Because like if it's a 3-day course, I don't know how much ammo they'd be providing for that. But if it's a lot of ammo, I mean, and you get to keep any leftover.
Well, you get to keep the gun basically.
It said that you can teach
so
ammo.
this is what I don't like about it. It says there are no prerequisites, meaning that you're gonna be dealing with no skill dentists all the way up to like, master level shooters.
I think that's the point. I think that's the entire point of this is they're targeting people who have zero skill and they don't even have a rifle.
I agree.
They're targeting people who want a community, who want to get into this but don't know where to start and just have a boatload of extra cash to dump.
Well, yeah, you can probably see that this is a little bit of celebrity training too. So you get to go to a resort. You're there for 3 days. Mike Glover is your instructor. You get a gun, optic, and ammo out of it, and it's $3,000.
He might not be the instructor anymore.
Well, he is not anymore. I guarantee you he is not anymore.
This is a business choice.
Actually, no. This says August 8th. Instructors Mike Glover and John Park. I wonder if
I don't think so.
I wonder. Well, that's what it said. I can buy it right now. If I can buy it and he's not the instructor, they better give me my money back.
I'm assuming they scheduled this.
Yeah, when did they
probably scheduled this before Mike Glover? The whole Glover situation happened.
This video came out yesterday. But this is their training. This is their active training website.
I would be,
and it says the same thing. This one's passed, but this one here also says it was Mike Glover.
Yeah, sold
so
out,
maybe
it says,
maybe they're tards. Just let's see the Utah. Mike Glover still says
level 1 pistols 275.
Well, that's not terrible, but it's also not going to be. It's not going to be anything special. It's just a generic pistol class, and I don't think that Mike Glover is like a particularly talented pistol shooter either. So. Yeah, but it does say Mike Glover on the 3 big courses, so that's interesting.
This is not a tenable business model to save a dying company. They're alienating a lot of people. Like this is not a course for you or I if the rifle is not optional to dump and just to be like, look, I don't want the gun. I just want the training. How much is it going to cost me?
I'd still say it's a lot more viable of a training option than Anarcho Airsoft.
I agree. Yeah.
I mean, the training isn't going to be the worst thing out there. There definitely could be worse. But yeah, you're trying to save a dying company by marketing to rich dentists who don't have any equipment. They can just buy this $3,000 course, show up, and that's it. Like, that's not terrible.
It's like complaining that you're like starving to death when you don't want to eat your mom's cooking. Like it's like you could go and make another business model where you're like, look, this is like all of the options. We're going to cater to the masses and not just like a very select, like small, like high value list of clients, and actually bring in more people. Because I think once you bring in, like, let's say you bring in 100 people for like a lower level class, and it's a really good deal on the value of trading. Those people are more likely to take your more advanced classes, especially if they had a good experience and felt like they got a good value for their dollar. But it's like being like having your 2 most expensive courses being like, yeah, here is this gear that you have to buy with the course, and you don't have a choice, and the course is almost $4,000.
Yeah, and again, these people are probably getting these items for pennies on the dime if they're even paying for them, right? There's probably some sort of inside deal for them. So you think you're getting more value because it's like, oh, well, these items are expensive, but these guys are just getting them for free.
it obfuscates the value of your training you're getting to, since it's like all kind of thrown in with the ammo and the weapon and the kit and the 3 days at the resort and the meals. It's like, okay, cool. Like that's cool. That is cool if that's really what you want to do. Like, I'm not shitting on that, but it doesn't give me a clear indication of what value did I get of that cost in my actual training.
One benefit and value that I see to this package is if you are flying, you don't have to worry about checking your firearm and worry about TSA handling it. And
but if you're, dude, I gotta be honest. Okay, if
back.
you are worried about that type of thing, you're probably not serious about firearms in the first place.
Well, it's fine if they just let you use a gun, like during the training thing, right? It's just like, hey, that's their gun that they loaned to you, right, during the course. If you really don't want to bring your guns, I'd be fine with that. But it feels like your arm's getting twisted by having to buy the gear, right? If it seems cool on some level, but I think, like you said, Richard, it's really a very specific package for like people who are not shooters and don't even
people who
own an
have
AR.
a lot of money but don't necessarily know what to get or where to go, so they just buy this package and it's a one-stop shop. The ammo, the gun, it's all included.
Yeah.
One thing in their defense, I'd say, is like it would prevent like complete dog shit equipment from being introduced into the training course and would cause a problem for everyone and hang up the course.
I think the price knocks that out of the equation, though. Like, if you're charging, even if you knock $1,000 off the course, nobody's buying a $1,500 course, a $2,000 course that's bringing a PSA freedom lower or something, right? I don't think that's real.
Yeah, I agree. Like, if you're spending that money, you probably have some decent money already into your firearms.
Yeah, like nobody's scraping together a PSA dagger to bring to a $2,000 handgun course.
I mean, there might still be some people that do that.
320 though.
But
I think you will see 320s and Glocks and different things. You'll see cheaper guns there, but it's because that's what people bring. They're concerned about the training, though, not about just the gear itself. Let's finish out this video, though.
Just watch what we're doing. Make your decision. I'm a capitalist. The free market will prevail. If the current opinion is, nah, Fieldcraft is dead, so be it. It's consequences for the actions taken, and I believe in the free market. However, what I have to say to you as we move forward is watch our content, watch our courses, and then be the judge. We'll have to earn your trust back, and that's what we will do. One content piece at a time and one course at a time.
I really like that sentiment of earning back the trust of your community and whatnot. But bro, like, listen, if you're putting out content on your $3,500 courses, that course had better be gold, right? Because if people are picking apart your instructors and your shooting styles or whatever else it might be, and you're charging $3,000, good luck, my friend.
Yeah, I appreciate how sincere he sounds.
Yeah, I agree, but I mean, I think those $3,500 courses, those got to go. You got to build up your base before you start charging that kind of money.
Absolutely.
He hinted at that, and those were all courses that were sold out already. So maybe that is the previous model. He did hint at making the courses cheaper, so that might happen in the future. But as far as this video goes, I think T-Rex and Sig could both learn a lot.
Yeah, publish a video acknowledging your past mistakes, taking accountability and responsibility for it, and say, like, guys, I know we made mistakes, but going forward, like, we want to be accountable to you guys, and we want to build your trust back and earn that trust back through good training, good quality content, and, sticking to our ethics and our morals moving forward. Right.
And the statement of like, and if we're dead,
with your audience, just be like, yeah, we're accountable to you guys. So if you guys trust us and we build it back, great. And if not, we sail off into the sunset. We gave it our good try.
I think that would go so far for companies like Sig and T-Rex if they approached it with that mentality, as opposed to like the very defensive.
Yeah, I appreciate that he didn't try
to. Are you guys talking?
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did it really cut out I can't hear you guys.
Yeah.
So
cut out.
All right. Well, I
did it again. It's doing it on its laptop. Bro, that means that
welcome to the focus
Well,
strip.
I'll take
stream.
over and I'll run for John while he figures this thing out. But I personally think that was the correct way to handle it. They 100% hit the nail on the head. I don't know what this gentleman's prior experience is with running companies, but I will watch what they put out. I will look forward to seeing what they have to offer. Nothing against Mike, but I think that he's fighting some demons, and I think that he needs to step aside completely and handle whatever it is that he's going through. And on that video, whenever John gets back here, I'll have him pull it back up and check the comments. But
the comments on the video.
yeah, Mike's mother actually was one of the top comments.
Yes,
on the
I did
video
see her in
itself.
there. Let me pull that up real fast.
Oh, your audio.
Yeah, you're very echoey. It sounds like it's coming in through a different mic.
Let me see if I can,
Shoot! 1 second.
I
No,
can
don't
adjust
touch
that.
it. Don't touch it. Oh my gosh! It went through my.
How about now? How about now? Is that
There we go.
Better. That's
Much
Oh,
better.
yeah.
Now it's good. Now it's good.
That's studio quality.
StreamYards, bro? It's StreamYards. StreamYards will automatically switch my camera and my audio and my output audio for no reason.
So
Yeah,
it
I
does
think-
it with other guests and stuff too. It will automatically flip their audio settings over to auto regulate, auto noise cancellation, and it completely fucks everything up. So I've got to keep an eye on that.
You got to tard wrangle it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so here's the video. Good thumbnail, the end of an era. And
What's
we'll check a look
what's
at
the word where Fieldcraft was in terms of like their sales and like how sturdy of their business? What were they before Mike Glover had his?
2 years ago, very good. Like
Yeah.
their YouTube channel was doing great before any of the drama with Mike. I mean, there were little things people would make fun of, like their dumb CQB videos or stuff like that, but they were featured
made
on
it-
Garand Thumb. They were
he made it
doing
onto
good. Their
Rogan.
podcast was big. He was on Rogan. Well, Mike Glover was on Sean Ryan. He's a big name, but after all the other stuff happened, and then you have to painfully cut out that
Yes.
portion of your audience and all that, and it was just rough.
Well, and I think that's like a largely too because of Mike Glover's media presence. Like he was, like you said, he's on Rogan. They're trying to do a bunch of outreach into other areas to kind of cultivate that image and that loyal following. But once you have the guy who's the face of it all do something like that, it's like, okay, that's kind of why they were
Yeah.
there.
Well, you are starting from zero, quite literally. So you might have 1 million subscribers, but they weren't there for you. They were from the other guy.
Yeah.
And so now you have this huge channel and you literally have to build an audience from scratch. So I think that's where a lot of companies are like, why aren't I getting the views anymore? What's going on? Why did our audience abandon us? It's like, well, because it wasn't your audience.
And it might be even more difficult for them because with the 1.13 million subscribers, if they do put out content that their regular subscribers aren't clicking on, it will tell the algorithm that, oh, well, people don't like this video, so it will not recommend it to new subscribers. So
yeah, the Wells
I think that's
boy.
going to be even more of a difficult climb for him. But yeah, I did think that comment was significant there.
I agree. All right, so here's the second top comment. It says, I am Mike's mom. Thank you for supporting Fieldcraft Survival and my son Mike. After the war, my son worked hard to create this company. With the circumstances, he had to leave the company. I mean, this is his mom, obviously not taking accountability for what her son did. Please continue to support Fieldcraft Survival. It was his baby, so his legacy will continue. Thank you. Well, speaking of his babies, allegedly he assaulted one of them. I get it, though. You're his mom, bro. My mom would say the exact same thing. You're probably a wonderful mom.
Good mom. She's a good mom.
Yes. This is a weird comment. I don't care what Mike went through or what people say about him. Mike went through. That's like saying something happened to Mike rather than Mike did something to someone else. That's just the wrong phrase.
Child attacked Mike. Oh, I
It's
shouldn't say
Indian.
that.
He's Indian. He's still learning
Thanks.
English.
These are the kind of
Self-defense.
people. These right here. These are the kind of people who will pay $3,500 for a class and a rifle.
Yeah,
Because-
I stand by Mike and Fieldcraft Survival. Like, why? Like, what have they done that
Because-
deserves you standing by them?
Idolization.
Idolization. They might have
Yeah.
money. in it, so they have to like justify their purchases.
Oh yeah, good point. If he did already pay for a $3,500 class,
Yeah, I
rifle,
mean, that's true too. This is just a true statement from the worst person, AK Lover. So I don't trust him. Check his hard drive. But the statement is true. The wrong woman can destroy everything a man or men build. Yes, 1000%. I mean, that is a tale as old as time. You can read the entire book of Proverbs. I mean, look at David's life and many other things. That the lust after a woman. You can look at modern examples like Arantham, where just doing the wrong thing and thinking with your dick gets you into all sorts of wacky trouble.
Let me see your ass, darling. I really want to see it.
Please no.
Yeah, the woman you marry is very like you have to make sure she's the one. Like if you've only known her for 6 months, don't propose, guys. Like
Yeah.
The
Well,
housing
so
allowance is not worth it.
Weak Fitness says, if all the cases are dismissed, bring Mike back. He is Fieldcraft Survival. There's a reason he stepped down. Is he knew that it was going to look terrible for the company, so that you can't bring him back unless he gets fully exonerated from all the charges, not just like a settlement out of court. Unless he gets fully exonerated, that's
Like-
never happening.
Like his
Like, it
wife
comes
has to
out-
come out and say, "I lied about it all. It didn't
no,
happen."
I think
And
that
the kid
he's still
actually
gonna be
hit him
guilty.
first.
I think he's still going to be guilty even if the courts
Self-defense.
exonerate him. He's still guilty in the court of public opinion because he was arrested, hit with a no contact order and restraining order when he was in jail, and immediately called his friend and told his friend to contact her and get her to drop the charges, which is
Yeah.
a violation of that order. It's like, dude, you were explicitly told do not do this, and he went and did that very thing. So
It's over for him.
he's at
Well-
least guilty of that.
So you can see the content style. Mike Glover getting somewhere between 50 and maybe 100K tops. And then after it's not Mike Glover at 12, 2 and 2.2K. Rough.
Ow.
This stream already has more views than that, like 5 times the views of that. And then Carbine Reload Back to Basics, that has 7,000 views. It's like, it's kind of a dead channel. 3
Now, what
ways
is
to
Mike
conceal carry
getting?
for women. Okay. Mom edition. I don't want to know whose mom that was.
How
Back
many
to
did the-
basics.
How many
Yeah.
views did it have? Say 97,000.
Yeah, that has 97K with Mike Glover. Mike Glover's good for about 100K. Fanny Pack EDC 160K. But it's more niche content because it's not just gun focused, it's overland focused, it's survival focused, it's medical focused, the comms focused or whatnot. Kevin Estella, who's coming back, but medical content and like different styles of content, it's not good for your channel when you're that diversified.
Did he really get 24,000 views on how to load a U-Haul?
Yes. I don't know. Again, some of this content
for
is
what
just
purposes?
strange. It's
For
like,
what-
so
for
how
what
to start a
purposes?
fire when everything is wet. That's a really good survival topic.
I'm going to film when I load my U-Haul.
He'll never
no less than 25,000 views from you guys. Get on it.
He will never be the outdoor boys.
If I show a
I miss
video,
Luke.
if I show a video loading a Ryder truck, I'll probably get a visit from the FBI.
Yeah, turning a $50,000 truck into a $500,000 truck or whatever it happens to be.
What is Glover getting as far as views on his channel?
That's a good question. Let me see. Mike Glover. I think his new channel is what? Mike Glover Actual.
Yeah, I think.
Dude,
his last,
he's uploading like every day, bro. Let me pull this up.
His
Yeah,
last,
and I think he was
recent
doing
video
Patreon too.
on the Mike Force podcast. It was like Epstein was a double agent of the
I
CIA and
can't-
Mossad.
I can't help but notice like the irony of the fact that this kid has to wear a helmet in that picture.
I wasn't gonna say it. I wasn't gonna say
Yeah.
it.
Let me check his Patreon link. Pocket watching here. Okay, so Asian video 5,000 views, China video 10,000 views, 72-hour disaster bag 60,000 views, Texas flood breakdown, land video, shooting video at 45K. It's like generic news prep stuff where he talks about current events, or he talks about cars or disasters, or generic stuff like that. It's just a talking channel. It's a vlogging channel for all intents and purposes.
So he's
I mean, it's not terrible. He's doing like 50K a video. Well, maybe not 50K average, maybe like
30.
25 average. Yeah, I'd
You
have
gotta
to
pay
see.
the
But
lawyers somehow,
which
dude.
is not, it's not terrible. But speaking of his Patreon, can you see how many? Let me share this tab instead. Oh, he's gay. He doesn't tell us how many people are on it. He's hiding it, which actually, for alimony purposes, that might be a good thing. Yeah, but I know he is active on it. So,
Yeah, that divorce
well.
grind hits a little different.
Yeah, dog. Especially when you're on number 2 or 3, it's it ain't cheap, bro.
Yeah, that shit adds up. Does he have kids?
Oh, this guy Hilbo. Yeah, I
his
think
other-
he might have multiple kids. I can't confirm that though. It's one of those things where it's like when he was in the military, he might have had somebody else, and then he has a wife, and then an ex-wife, and then a side piece or something strange. I don't really want to know the inner workings of it. Yeah, his YouTube guy / editor is uploading daily. I think that's on the Patreon, so they're pretty active on Patreon.
Speaking of uploading daily, I upload daily on the Focus Clips channel. If you guys weren't aware, I do things like that over there. So you should go subscribe.
Be careful. You're about to overtake the original if you're not careful, Richard.
Yeah, I got a ways to go.
I mean, he is actually going to do that at some point, though. That's not even really a joke. It's just going to happen.
I'm the captain now.
I mean, it is accelerating growth at a much faster rate than my channel, but that's because my channel is kind of a streaming channel, and it's in a different bracket now. That's okay.
Yeah.
I'm not salty. I wouldn't be salty about that sort of thing. Why would I?
The student has surpassed the master.
Moonman for 5 says, my job is safe. The janitor's job is safe. The handyman's job is safe. But Sharquisha? Susan in HR? I think it's over once baby Grok gets in there. Well, dude, unironically, AI can do a better job than any HR department by simply doing nothing. If something is a big enough issue where it needs to be brought up to somebody, somebody should probably just be fired, right? You are replaceable to these corporations.
It's not worth the trouble.
Yeah. I mean, Subarctic Psycho for 5 says the new feudalism is BlackRock type companies and elite satanic PDF files owning all the land. Hey, you're not wrong. Yeah, well, yet I repeat myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not too wrong. Thank you, Subarctic Psycho, for the 5. Huge Ass for 5 says, if Laquifta doesn't keep her job, maybe AI isn't so bad. You say that until socioeconomic factors start to riot because of AI has taken all their jobs. And who are they going to take it out on? You. And then after they take it out on you, you will also be replaced.
Yeah, you think the screaming for reparations is bad now.
Yeah. They took our jobs and shit.
They're going to come for your farms, sir.
Oh, they better not.
Yeah. Chud McGill for $2 says, bread and circuses, gentlemen, stay noticing. Yeah. Much like AI, our pattern recognition needs to become better, stronger. Dr. Fuzzy for 2 says, who's down for a holy war on the machines? AI. It's going to happen, bro. AI legislation is going to get wild right at the end before they're not able to do anything about it, because they're going to try and catch up with legislation, and it's not going to happen.
Dude, look at just how fast
that's how it always
already
works, though.
Yeah.
Well, so listen, you are about to live in a world where I can create realistic images, videos, sentences of you doing anything I want. You will not be able to believe anything you see unless it is within your own 2 hands.
Yeah, precursor to the death of the free internet, man. It's going to be all digital IDs.
Well, it's already who dropped? Oh, Bucky dropped. It's already dead internet theory is real. We're the minority of traffic online.
Yeah.
And that's we're gonna be like less than 5% soon enough. I guarantee you. It's all gonna be bots scrubbing other bots to scrub other bots while they're scrubbing bots.
That's the real robot wars.
Well, and that's what's funny is, the AI is being trained on like human stuff, but it's now being corrupted by training on other AI stuff. So it's AI generators generating AI generators, which are generating AI generators.
Yeah, it's almost like it's developing its own neural net.
Yeah.
So would it be like what, like Microsoft Tay, Grok? Is this going to be like the new pattern now?
Well, keep joking until Grok is like issuing your daily rations.
Of all the AIs, I'd want Grok to be my AI overlord of the ones we have right now. He'd be kind to me.
Many people would be happy with their AI state-sponsored girlfriend. Huge ass for 2 says, why people don't season day AI? Yeah, AI is a little too noticing for YNs.
Dude, white people make the
Chudvane.
spiciest AI.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Go ahead.
The white people make the spiciest AI.
Yeah.
Yes. Chudvane for 5 says, should have named the channel Domestic Charges Survival. Dude, yeah, it's the memes about Grantham, like how to survive in a courtroom against my ex bitch.
I really want to see that one. That would be real. If he made that video, that
April
would, that
Fools,
would
dude. He has a
actually be
chance. He
funny.
has a chance to do something so funny. How to evade alimony payments in Portland.
April Fools, not admissible in court.
How to disappear in Turkmenistan.
Here's the thing, though. If Grantham doesn't do it, Charlie's probably going to do it.
That I gotta talk to him. He would do it. Huge ass for 5 says, can we just skip to the second coming? I don't want my kids to have to grow up with the super gay timeline. Every generation has their thing that they must go through. If you think your time is bad, you're not getting thrown into the Colosseum for people to laugh at you while you get torn apart by lions for Nero or Caligula. So as gay and fake as our timeline is, we could have had a more difficult time to be born into. Never lose that perspective. Also, keep in mind that a mere 240 years after Christianity started to spread, like we quite literally took over the Roman Empire. So we went from being thrown into lions' dens and being killed for sport, being martyred for any number of reasons, to quite literally converting the Roman Empire. So wouldn't worry about it, bro.
Ask not for a lighter burden, but ask for stronger shoulders.
Correct. No black pilling. Gabriel Baker from 5 says, can we get a PR statement tier list stream at the end of the year? Yeah, I mean, we can. There's been a few this year, like 5 or 6. Yeah. F tier,
there's
obviously
gonna be enough.
Sig. But I wouldn't, dude, I would put even the Fieldcraft, I'd put it at like maybe B tier. I haven't seen a perfect one yet. Although actually, maybe good. Lucas, if we count Lucas's first statement as a PR statement, that's pretty high up because that worked for everybody.
Yeah, Lucas has been doing pretty well, I think, in terms of all the fallout from every company just listed. I think he has the strongest support.
Undoubtedly. I mean, he hit freaking trending, dude. When's that happened in the gun community?
That's exactly what I said. It has not happened in probably the last decade.
Yeah, ever since they made the trending also fake and gay, and now they're just going to get rid of it entirely.
It's all fun and games now until you have to review your own statement
in court.
This is not going to look good at my AI trial held by an AI judge. I've on a gobble your knob off for 2 says just dropped in. Figs earning figs sounds Yiddish.
This figures.
Figures. Wait, no, I can't say that. Oh my gosh. Fresh Peanut Shade for 2 says, at least this does not sound like endless excuses. Yes, correct. This statement is better. Of the statements from a corporation, this is probably the best one. Thank you, Fresh Peanut Shade, for the 2. The Combo 21 for 2 says, Fieldcraft or Haley strategic for training. Haley does wacky stuff, bro. So I think Haley might be more fun for the same price. If we're paying outlandish prices, I'd rather get like my body scanned for biometric analysis, alignment, regeneration, training. Yeah, kinesthesiology or whatever they call. I'm going to do that because I think that's going to be fun.
The thing with Haley is I'm pretty sure he actively takes like psychedelic drugs while he's doing training.
Dude, he did say that on the Sean Ryan show. Something about how his use of psychedelics. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
He's opening his third eye so he can shoot with 3 eyes open.
Probably
Trust me,
doing
bro.
DMT.
He closes his eyes so his third eye opens,
Trust
which is
me,
also
bro.
what
Whenever I take
Mr. Wong is going to have happen to him in the showers. Is he's going to be opened up?
Ooh.
Yeah, his third
Haley
eye is gonna
strategic,
be-
he's over here like, trust me, bro. Whenever I take DMT, the angel of light comes to me and tells me really great things.
Yeah, yes. Guide
He
my
wouldn't
hand.
lie to me.
That's the guy who I want to be teaching me how to like take a life with a rifle. That's the person.
Yeah, you ever seen the look in the man's eyes as you've killed him? I have. I believe you, man.
Can I put a
Huge
third option in there instead of Haley strategic for training? It would be strategic Haley.
A different type of training, much anal training. Huge ass for 5 says, not gonna lie, I wish my mom was still around to stand for my bad decisions. I'm jealous. True. We all if you have your mother, you love her. If you don't have one, you miss her. It's understandable, man. No matter who you are, you still love your mom. Chuck McGill for $2 says, Glover punches women all the time, but when I do it, yeah, you don't see people rushing to my defense over punching a kid. Allegedly. Todd and Doug greater than boomers.
You know, if you combine the two, they're groomers.
Ooh. or grokkers. Grokkers.
Yeah.
Damn grokkas. Dude, actually,
Grokkers
that's
with a
funny
hard
because you
K.
know how people grokkas, because they always ask Grok, is this real? Right? Grok, is this real? Grok, is this true? Grok, what does this mean? They always do that, right? So we just call them grokkas, grokkers.
Fucking grokkas.
Always causing problems in my timeline, these grokkas.
Call them grok roaches.
Grok roaches. I like that actually.
Grok roaches. That is good. But all right, gentlemen, that's it. That's all I had for the show. Let me turn my camera on so you guys can see me for a minute, if it doesn't cut out. But Jake, what do you got coming up, homie?
Pretty much nothing. I would just say thanks for having me on, and as always, Christ is King.
Absolutely, base good sir. Glow so bright. Let me grab your video real fast so I can post it in the chat.
Yeah,
but I know you had
go check out
a
check
video
out
come
Glow
out
So
today.
Bright. Go check out Glow So Bright. Always interesting information on interesting groups and people. Subscribe and watch the videos.
Yep, his link to his newest video is in chat today on one of the subjects of tonight. Let me pin that real fast. Go ahead and check out Glow So Bright. Does fantastic informational pieces on all of the groups that you wish didn't exist but still do. Somebody's got to do the dirty work, and it might as well be Bucky. And Bucky's been getting like weird troll cringe people trying to mess with them.
Please give money to my Ko-fi page so I can crowdfund a BetterHelp profile for myself.
Perfect. Yeah, check out all the links that he has there. And Ronan, what you got going on?
Not much. Just been doing my farm stuff. Got some new calves out here, so I've just been kind of taking care of them, and yeah, just I've been enjoying the summertime.
Post more cow pictures, please.
Based farmer.
Those.
Yeah, vintage.
We have like
loves the farms.
13 or 14 new calves. So
yes, I've seen a couple of them. I really enjoy the cow pictures in Discord. Makes my day.
Well, I'll need to post more.
Everybody loves cows. My mom loves cows. Richard, what do you got going on, good sir?
Well, I have a video coming out probably tomorrow about the DOJ claiming that the list doesn't exist. There is no list. So
I've heard many things about this list that does not exist. Is it Obama propaganda? Is it deep state Democrat propaganda? It doesn't exist, or many other weird copes that are going on.
Yeah, the Stephen King Trump collaboration.
I think it's
also very funny
because if the Biden administration could have just redacted certain parts of the list and released it during the campaign to make Trump look as bad as possible. But they didn't do that. So I think, and it's like, well, if Trump was on the list, that's definitely what I think the Biden administration would have done. Like they're very, the Biden admin was super crooked. So we'll see.
Yeah, that would be a perfect October rise, just release the list where Trump's in October and just get him out of there with that. Like if that was an option they had.
Which, you know, which it's like, you know, I don't want to be like, oh, maybe the list doesn't exist, but it's if the list did exist and Trump was implicated on the list, why wouldn't the Democrats just redact the names that they didn't want exposed and then just release Trump on the list?
I have a theory.
The reason would that the counter move would be other people who have the list would just release the full list, right? So it's like if you go after our guy, we go after your guy. So there's like mutually assured destruction, which is why it doesn't matter who's in power. You're never getting the list.
Yep,
I think that's kind of
it.
Yeah.
I think it's the mutually assured destruction, as well as if you think back, right? Epstein was already busted once in 2008. He was convicted. Where was he convicted? In the state of Florida. Who was the attorney general for the state of Florida for several years? Attorney General Pam Bondi. Correct. So even if she claims that the list doesn't exist from the island, she still has all of the records from when he was arrested and convicted the first time in Florida. She could have released that. She didn't want to.
Yeah,
So
I think there's some implications where I think that where probably both sides are implicated deep enough where if we really knew what was going on, there would probably be riots.
I did hear that Bongino is considering stepping down.
Well, they've said it's like, listen, it doesn't exist, and at the same time, if it were released, democracy would collapse. So I'm like, one of these things isn't like the other. But even if that were true, maybe it's just time.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, the GFA.
But with that lovely bit of with that lovely bit of a very nice way to end the stream, very uplifting beat. I have some videos that I'm going to be editing while I'm here in Washington State. Because I have nothing else to do other than hang with family or edit videos. So obviously I'm just going to be editing videos. I recorded 7 before I left. So you guys will actually be getting at least 5 more videos on the main channel while I'm here, probably 4 more on the Gun.Deals channel. But with all that out of the way, gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for supporting, for hanging out, even if you're just here, like the stream or something like that. But once again, thank you guys for hanging out. We will see you in the next one. God bless, gentlemen. Have a good night.
As I sailed, and most of them I've slain as I sailed. Come all you young and old, see me die, come all you young and old, see me die. You are welcome to my golden fire, I lost my soul. Come all you young and old, I must die. Come all you young and old, I must die.